It's me, out of this world burrito, and we're back. We're gonna do Imperial Inquisition. Let's get our last ace. Of course, I gotta go to the coordinator, and I want to retire. I'm retired. Space XP's gone. Oh no. Well, off to Kadara. All right, we're here in Kadara with Lieutenant Barn Sinkko. Welcome to the Imperial Navy Recruitment Center. The INRC. My name is Lieutenant Barn Sinkko. Are you interested in learning about the Imperial Navy? I think this is the most polite Imperial officer I met so far. I'd like to sign up, sir. Glad to hear. Normally all of our pilots are officers. Usually that means years of study at the Naval School, as well as special recommendations from an Imperial accredited academic center. We have a new program for volunteer pilots, non-combat support work, but all the normal military perks and pay. The Empire is recruiting volunteer pilots? Question mark. Yes, volunteers are conscripts. Rebel opposition has become more direct. We want to recruit new pilots for support duty, freeing up combat pilots for the front lines. It'd be an honor to fly for you, sir. Are you sure you want to sign up? You'll be expected to follow orders and treat your superiors with respect. This is a tight operation, and we deal harshly with insubordinate behavior. Yes, sir, I want to be in the Imperial Navy. By the powers vested in me, the Imperial Naval Command, under the ever-watchful eye of the Emperor, I hereby conscript you to service with the non-officer flight rank of Pilot Initiate. May you serve the Empire dutifully. Welcome to the Imperial Navy. And we got our Space XP back. Yay! Thank you, sir. Are you ready for your first assignment? Yes, sir. Very good. Today we will be testing your basic flight capability. You'll need to have your ship prepared for flight. I'm ready, sir. Excellent. I'm transferring the coordinates to a local security patrol route. It's quiet up there, so you won't run into any trouble. Fly a single circuit of the patrol route to demonstrate your competence of basic ship operations. When you're done, return to me for further instructions. Sir, yes, sir. Pilot dismissed. All right, this one's like polite and formal. Not used to that. All of the Imperial officers I dealt with are like, I'm too busy for you. I am trying to get a raise. Let's go war crime. All right, we're up in space. And my tie. Let's go follow the patrol route. All right, we're at our first spot. Nothing to report yet. Move on to our next spot. All right, got our second point. Nothing yet. Oop, something happened. Gotta destroy an X-Wing ambush. Wow, rebels are getting aggressive. Hey, guys. Anyways, bye. Boom, baby. Was that it? Do I go land now? Yeah, that was it. It was just hit 3 waypoints, then shoot some guys. All right, let's go land. All right, we're back with Lieutenant Barn. Pilot, report on the status of your patrol. I was attacked by a rebel fighter wing, sir. Rebels, near Naboo. I'm surprised. We haven't had any reports on significant rebel activity for quite a while. They must be working on a new operation. We'll scramble some sensor craft and try to track down where the rebels were headed. I eliminated the entire rebel fighter wing, sir. You did? Impressive. I suppose that means we won't be able to track their heading, but under the circumstances, you did the right thing. My congratulations. You've shown that not only can you fly a basic patrol, but you aren't bad with a laser cannon either. Here's your payment for the job, which she gave us. What was that? 100 credits? Brother. Can't even repair my ship. I mean, I can repair my ship by potting, but that's insurance fraud, and we don't do that in the Empire, right, sir? Thank you, sir. Report back to me when you are ready for another duty. I think we should look into this rebel problem. Pilot Initiate, at ease. Since your discovery of the rebel activity in Naboo region, I've received further reports of rebel sightings. The most recent report was from commercial transport Kantari. Kantari. We'll go with that one. Several hours ago, Kantari spotted a rebel fighter wing moving close to a commercial traffic route. What are my orders, sir? I want you to hunt down and destroy the rebel vessels in the area of the Kantari attack. The rebels are still out there, and we must make them pay, eliminate them. The security of the Naboo system must be maintained. Yes, sir. You've already proven your combat capability. I'm taking a risk assigning you to this mission. Don't let me down. Remember, they could be anywhere in the system. Intelligence reports there are several areas of high rebel activity, which will be a good place for you to start your search. I won't, sir. You can count on me. Good luck, pilot. Report back to me when you've completed the mission. It's nice talking to an NPC who takes his job seriously and isn't a psycho. It's kind of refreshing. I mean, Storm Squadron took their job seriously, but they were like highly dismissive a lot of the time, and they were more about promotion oriented in the beginning. Minus like the veteran pilot who was like, you're probably gonna die. Well, you didn't die? Cool. That's a lot of possible target areas. I guess I just have to go find the X-Wings and blow them up. So I guess I'll just start with the closest one. All right, we got some X-Wing cadets in our sensors here. Let's blow these guys up and meet our quota. I guess I should take out this droid fighter because it probably wants to kill me now. Oh, good. That started my droid pilot killing quota. Not something I really want to do right now. Interestingly, all these X-Wing cadets seem to be vibing with the droid pilot. Do the rebels have droid backups? Or are they just not flagged to fight each other? What's the lore here? What's the scoop? Oh my god, hit it. Why the hit it? It's not even moving, hit it! What the Am I crazy? Is this the game just going too slow at these speeds? Tactical genius putting it like first gear and just letting it cruise. Well, at least they have short respawn timers. I think that was the first one I defeated. Those are all Black Sun fighters. Not sure if it's faster to go fly to the one of the other points or just wait here for them to respawn. Is there one over here? These are all droid pilots. Maybe the droid pilots just got out of position because of trying to fight the RSF. There we go. It was faster to wait. All right, this is our last Rebel cadet here. And we've taken him out. Is that it? It was just go blow up 4 rebels? All right, well, first missions are straightforward. Let's go land. All right, we're back with Lieutenant Barn, who says, "Great job, pilot. I was able to oversee your assault on the rebels via sensor relay. You displayed a particularly impressive tactical sense." Yeah? Even the deck commander expressed his surprise. "Congratulations on a fine mission. I'm honored, sir." "As you should be. Very few Academy graduates could have pulled that off, much less a conscript. Here is your payment for the mission, plus a bonus. I've also received permission to have your personal profile sent to the commission's office. They'll start work on your custom TIE flight suit. Thank you, sir. Keep up this level of performance, and you're sure to see some frontline action. We're still trying to determine the rebels' intentions. For now, things seem quiet, so go get some rest and report back when you're ready for another mission. I'm back, sir." "Pilot, we've analyzed your recent encounter with the rebellion and have been unable to determine any pattern of their activity. This seemed to be chilling, sir. The planetary security teams have decided these are probably probing raids." "What is the purpose behind the raids?" "That isn't clear. The rebels may be trying to find a weakness in the planetary defense grid, or they may be trying to distract us from their other operation." "There is one small lead. What is that?" "Apparently, the Imperial Army has been receiving shipments of new blaster prototype, the E-62. For some political reason, the Ground Force Command deemed it wasn't critical to inform the Navy of these shipments. Strategic planning believes the probing raids are meant to locate and capture one of the transports ferrying all E-62 shipment. Can we prevent that? We need to confirm our suspicions. Make the rebels show their hand. If we assign too many ships to protecting E-62 shipments, we may miss the rebels' actual objective." Sounds like you already have a plan. "We've thrown something together. I'm transferring a set of coordinates to your datapad. I want you to fly this route until an E-62 transport contacts you. The transport is a decoy being piloted by a naval intelligence operative. The transport will broadcast lightly encrypted information on E-62 and will fly through an area we believe the rebels may be monitoring. You want me to draw them out?" "Yes, exactly. If they go for the bait, we'll know for certain that the prototype weapons are their goal. Obviously, you need to ensure the operative survives. You should also attempt to destroy any rebels that attack, but that isn't a requirement. If things get hairy, protect the transport and then flee." "Yes, sir." "Very good. We're counting on you to trap the rebels. Don't let me down." And this is our introduction to escort missions. We had our patrol and fight, we had our seek and destroy, and now we have our escort mission. All right, we hit our first spot. Let's keep patrolling. There's our second one. Gotta keep patrolling. There's our third one. And there's our fourth one, which looks to be the right spot to be in. Well, it was close to the right spot to be in. It's slightly behind us. Hopefully it doesn't jump in on top of me. Give it a little room. There it is. We're starting our sensor sweep now. Be on the lookout for enemy fighters. Yeah, sure thing. I'm gonna check my messages. I wish more escort missions had freighters that could defend themselves, like had a turret or something on it, like we escorted more like YTs or something. But maybe that'd make them too easy. I don't know. Right now they just kind of like... I mean, it's just... I guess it'd still be mostly sitting and waiting anyways. Oh, we got contact. Blasted! We've been spotted. Watch your language, operative. This is an official mission. Can't be having any potty mouths out here in Imperial Navy stuff. I don't know. Send out the Z95s, though. You trying to headhunt me? I'm firing up his nose instead of across it. All right, that was our first wave. Oh no, the freighter isn't marked. There it is. Will they never learn? No. I have a feeling that they will never learn, and it will be to their success. Second wave, let's go. It's just a single X-Wing. Slowly approach. The slowest joust. And he's gone. That had to hurt. I like the operatives, like, comment from the peanut gallery. Thanks for being my hype man, dude, but focus on piloting the freighter faster. Pick up the speed. Enemy ships incoming. You will have to fend them off. Yeah, I'll get him, dude. Ooh, pretty colors. Who the... Can we, like, fire this man? He's clearly not a professional. Is he also a conscript? Like, what the heck? This doesn't feel very Imperial to me. We have all the information we need. I'm heading back to base. I suggest you do the same. I mean, I don't really have a base. I just have a dude that I talk to. But, yeah, I'll go back to that guy. Anyways, we did it. All right, well, we're back with the lieutenant, who says, "Welcome back, pilot. Please report on the results of the operation to bait a rebel attack. The rebels attacked exactly as expected, sir. Then our mystery is solved. Then ground forces will need to track down how information on the prototypes leaked, but we know enough to secure further shipments of the technology. This is very good news. Thank you, sir. I do my best. Here is your pay for the operation and another bonus for exceptional duty. I also received your Imperial flight suit. Please wear it while you are on duty. The helmet will take a while longer to be finished. Each helmet contains special electronic equipment calibrated to the user. Thank you, sir. The command staff will begin planning the next phase of the operation. We need to eliminate the remainder of the rebel forces. Your next assignment will probably involve doing just that. Report back to me when you're ready. Here I am. Don't bother taking a seat." Where? All the way down there? This will be brief. We've had a breakthrough at 0300 last night. An intelligence operative working undercover delivered a report detailing recent rebel activities in the Naboo system. And it was just as we thought. The rebels have dispatched a small combat wing to attempt to recover a shipment of E-62 prototype blasters. Based on intelligence projections and the results of your engagements, it seems likely only a few of the original team are still alive. Yes, sir. We have discovered the possible location of the rebel team leader. You are to be dispatched immediately. Travel to the waypoint I'm transferring to your datapad. Find and eliminate him. Don't worry if he isn't there when you arrive. Take out a few of his fellow pilots in there and he will show up. Yes, sir. You've shown a lot of promise so far, pilot. This is a key assignment. We expect the rebel team leader to be highly skilled and well-trained, pilot. Don't underestimate him. I'll be ready, sir. Good. Report back to me when the mission is complete. Okay, let's go kill a guy. All right, we're up in space. Let's go find where this guy is. Oh, they're scanning. I was all ready to go, and it's not even ready yet. We have the location of the rebel commander. We have sent you to a navigation waypoint to his current position. He is on the move, so you'll have to destroy him before he can exit the system. Ah, so this is a chase and destroy before they leave mission introduction. Got it. They made it sound like I had to go kill dudes, but it's a tier 2 X-Wing. Spicy. All right, well, he's over 6,000 meters away from us, so this is going to take a minute. All right, we're closing in on the squad leader. We'll play this one safe. We'll target his reactor, and he's turning around to engage us. We'll try and disable him to make him a little bit of an easier target, and also, I don't know how nasty that gun is. This tier 1 shooting me in the back, though, not too bad. I'm not too worried about him. At least I assume it's a tier 1. Come on. All right. We've disabled him. Let's turn around on this guy who's been tickling me. Yep, it's tier 1. Could tell by the amount of damage he was doing to our shields, as we did take a hit earlier when taking out those cadets. All right, got rid of him. And now we'll turn around and finish off the leader. Boom. All right. And mission done. Destroy the X-Wing squad leader. I think it's time to go land. Looks like it. We're back with Lieutenant Barn. A report on the status of your operation against the rebel leader pilot. I located and destroyed him, sir. This information will please the Naval Command. No doubt they will also realize that part of your success came from my masterful instruction. I think you may have done us both a great service. There we go. There's the Imperial seeking for promotion, but he slipped it in towards the end. He's been very professional otherwise, so I'll allow it. Just doing my duty, sir. And we got 1,000 credits for that. Here is your salary for the mission. This one was worth double the normal rate. I've also received your Imperial TIE pilot helmet. Unfortunately, these standard issue helmets are not suited to meet your cranial proportions. Are you saying I have a big head? Nevertheless, keep it as a symbol of the technological and military might of the Empire. Cranial proportions? You can ask him about it. Indeed, the Empire rarely enlists non-humans as pilots, and so we are poorly prepared to equip someone such as yourself. But do not be discouraged. Your current standing in the Imperial Navy is a testament to your abilities. Thank you, sir. You've earned it, pilot. You have exceeded the expectations of this program and myself. Your duty is not ended, however. Return when you're ready to take on another operation. Here we are. Good to see you again. I've been authorized by my superiors to give you special training. Congratulations. What kind of training, sir? You're going to learn about starfighters. Oh boy. So far, you've been flying a basic TIE. The normal TIE is quite a bit more complicated than that. For one thing, you'll find that you can install better components on it, better weapons, better armor, and so on. I'm ready to learn. Good. Report back to me when you're ready for another assignment. Do we have enough XP bank just to keep going? Seems like it. What kind of training, sir? Missiles. Okay, I think we're now out of XP. Sure are. We gotta go get some space XP, gamers. We're not taking a duty from him, though. We're gonna go get a duty from a space mission. Closest thing to Imperial compliment. Yeah, right. You did so good, I might get a promotion. I like the energy. It's good. It's good. All right, we're back with Lieutenant Barn for some more training. Yep. Give me that. Yep, give me that. Pilot, I am singularly impressed. You have mastered the fundamentals of your profession and have performed beyond expectation, and all without formal Imperial naval flight and command training. I think it's time for a promotion. Thank you, sir. I do my best. By the powers vested in me by the Imperial Naval Command or the ever-watchful eye of the Emperor, I hereby commend you and bestow upon the rank of Pilot Officer. Congratulations, Pilot Officer Mum. I am honored, sir. You should be. An officer rank is usually only given to those who graduate Naval Command School. All combat pilots in the Imperial Navy hold at least the rank of Pilot Officer. I'm getting deja vu. The Empire has recognized your ability and has seen fit to elevate you to the lowest rank of the command echelon. I live only to serve the Emperor, sir. As do we all. Now that you have achieved an official command rank, I am no longer your commanding officer. Although it pains me to lose such a fine pilot, you have been reassigned. What's the new assignment? Your skill behind the controls of the TIE fighter have piqued the interest of several high-ranking officers. In particular, members of the Imperial Inquisition have expressed their desire to take over your training. They rarely request specific pilots, so you should consider this quite the honor. What is the Imperial Inquisition? The Inquisition is a special judicial branch of the Imperial Intelligence Bureau. Of all of the Imperial divisions, only the Inquisition has the ability to investigate criminals, judge them, and execute them. And execute punishment without recourse to standard Imperial law. Oh, I am the law. The Inquisition is powerful and secretive. To become a member of the Inquisition is a rare honor. Who do I report to? Under Inquisitor Fa'Zoll in the Emperor's Retreat has been assigned as your new commanding officer. I don't know anything about the person, and frankly, I don't want to. The last thing any officer wants is to be noticed by the Inquisition. Their eyes rest only upon the guilty. I'll report to Fa'Zoll at the Emperor's Retreat immediately. You will always address him as Inquisitor Fa'Zoll. Good luck, Pilot Officer Vum. You have done the Empire a great service. All right, we're off to Emperor's Retreat here at Naboo. All right, I'm here at the Emperor's Retreat, and here's Inquisitor Fa'Zoll next to the pilot who would take you up to the Corvette instance. Yes, how can I help you? Have you come to report a suspicious activity? You really should speak to my secretary. I only handle heresies and other critical cases. I don't know why, I'm getting Warhammer vibes. Excuse me, I only handle heresies here. I'll let you have a heretic to report. Please move along. What do you think of the rebellion? Make a conversation. We do not honor the insurgents with a name within these halls. We're outside. They are a collection of foul aliens and wayward children of the Emperor. Holy shit. Strange outworld philosophies have twisted their understanding and have driven them to betrayal. It is a sad time we live in when the light of the Empire cannot reach all living things. Dude, you're Zabrak. Watch that foul alien talk. What is the Imperial Inquisition? The Inquisition is a unique branch of the Imperial Intelligence Service. Our job is to maintain discipline and security within the Empire as a whole. We are the ever-watchful eye against heresy and betrayal. The children of the Empire sleep safely each night, knowing that the Inquisition never rests. Yes, but what do you do? In investigations, judgments, and punishments, each agent of the Inquisition is fully empowered to carry out any of the most important activities. The Emperor will suffer not for a moment the thought of a traitor to live. We must all be willing to give ourselves that the Emperor's great work might continue. Okay, well, I've been asked to report to you for duty. Sorry for tugging you around. So you are the fine pilot that I have heard so much about. Your ruthlessness and efficiency are known among the Naval High Command, and is even said that the Emperor himself read your name in the activity report. Wow. My murder is finally being recognized. Thank you. I do what I can for the Empire. Such modesty. How refreshing. So many pilots believe they are the only thing keeping the Empire together. They do not realize that they are but a single thread in the grand tapestry. They do not realize that they could be cut and the whole would remain. Dude, this is a cult. How would I serve the Inquisition? Right to the point as well. Yes, I can see that I'm going to enjoy our time together. Okay, calm down. Most exciting indeed. Oh my goodness. Well, now where do we begin? Most members of the Inquisition spend several years at a seminary camp learning the values of imperial justice. You are being recruited on an accelerated time frame. This means you are exempt from seminary, but it will also means you will closely be monitored for deviant activities. Damn, I don't get to go to camp and make curry with my friends into my anime sequence, but you're still going to monitor me? Lame. I would never betray their empire, says the former rebel. Indeed, I am sure you would not. Nonetheless, we must watch our agents twice as closely as we watch the other members of the Empire. Any violation of Imperial doctrine by the Inquisitorial agent is punishable by summary execution. Do not stray from the righteous path I will set for you. Of course not, Lord Fa'Zoll. Very well. Yes, very well. Now then, I have an initial assignment for you. Why don't you familiarize yourself with the facilities and then return when you're ready? You tell me to use the bathroom? Yes, Lord Fa'Zoll. Good, very good. I went before I came. Yes, excellent. You are ready to begin our work then? I am. Then let us begin. Is it sad truth that many of the Emperor's own have chosen to betray his willful rule? The Imperial Inquisition must always practice vigilance against the traitor. It is often difficult to determine where these foul conspiracies take root. Indeed, the most dedicated traitor is also the most careful. How do you stop these crimes? It is grim, grim. We must often pluck the brightest of our own commanding officers and examine their minds for any sign of conspiracy. The process is intrusive. Some do not live. As such, we only do this occasionally. You scan their minds? To the best of our ability, sometimes more traditional means are necessary. The Emperor has taught us much. More often, though, the traitor is undone by their own carelessness. His Eminence, the High Inquisitor, has granted me the privileged task of bringing this traitor under the watchful eye of the Inquisition. What part in this do I play? I am an old man. I have worked with His Eminence, the High Inquisitor, for many years. He is older than I. We make use of able pilots to carry out our judgments and commands. I see. What task do you have for me? God, this guy loves talking. For several months now, the Inquisition has been monitoring activities between certain members of our military and suspected rebel sympathizers. One such meeting took place not long ago, and it is time that the Inquisition discover the truth behind these suspicious activities. Why don't you just arrest the question the parties involved? I think that you will fit in well with the Inquisition, but you must learn patience. The officer involved has friends in very high places, and without evidence, we could leave ourselves open to scrutiny. The key to every good investigation is evidence. How do we gather the evidence that we need? Oh my gosh. The suspected rebel sympathizer is being overly cautious about not being stopped by an Imperial patrol and has filed a flight plan to leave Naboo system en route to Dantooine. You are to stop his ship and inspect the nav computer for any information that it might contain. Now do as you command, Fa'Zoll. Lord Fa'Zoll, excuse me. Yes, I do think that you will have a brilliant future with the Inquisition. Report back to me with your finding. Are you old? Yeah, probably like middle-aged. All right, so there are starship terminals within the retreat, which we should have access to now. I believe we have to take the elevator downstairs. If you watched me do the Imperial theme park, this place will look very familiar to you. I think we have to go down. Does one only go up? No, we're not seeing the Emperor today. Is it over here? Ah, it's just in the back rooms. Got it. All right. And we can launch my TIE Infighter now, so let's do that. All right, let's go find our railgun mercenary ship. All right, so I've found a mercenary courier. I guess I need to inspect him. Let's see if I can inspect him without first disabling him. Boop. Sure can. And they do have the encrypted documents, so we're going to need a dock, and they're not going to let us do that. So we got to disable them first. The trick is not killing them. There we go. Yeah, let's take those documents. I lean a little bit of that IJ, a little bit of that sippy sip, that Inquisitor juice. This is an interesting docking position. Ball to tip, straight up. Smash. All right, we got our documents. And I guess that was it. Okay, well, bye. I'm gonna blow them up now. Not just because of the XP, but so that you can respawn for somebody else if someone's behind me. Anyways, let's go land. So the nice thing about using this piloting faction is that we'll unlock the ability to land at the Emperor's Retreat. However, we don't have that yet. But never mind. Scammed. All right, we're back with Fa'Zoll. What have you learned so far, Vom? Transfer the information to the Inquisitor Fa'Zoll. This is most interesting. The data seems to be encrypted. Only the guilty need to hide what they are doing. That, no. Anyways. Perhaps Imperial intelligence can crack it, I say, and they say, do not presume in matters that concern you not. Nevertheless, we have done very well, pilot. Here is a consignment fee for completing the job. Stay close, though. Once the data is cracked, we might have need of someone with your particular skills. Thank you, sir. Go grab yourself a quick bite to eat and then report back. I have the utmost faith that the code will not keep us from the truth for very long, and we're back. Get suited up. You're being scrambled immediately. Yes, sir. The information you retrieved from the courier has been decrypted. Yes, sir. It would seem that the encryption of the message was a bit more advanced than the initially indicated, and part of the message was lost. But we did manage to recover some very important details regardless. I'm ready to serve. Your zeal is most appreciated. Although much was lost, we did manage to uncover the location of the pirates will be meeting the insurgents. It would seem that they will be exchanging some important information. Do you want me to destroy the conspirators? No, of course not. We must find out what is in that transmission. You are to travel to the meeting place and intercept that transmission. Once you've intercepted the signal, immediately transmit the information back here. Where is the enemy planning on meeting? The meeting is going to be taking place inside the Dantooine system. It would seem that the courier you captured was not the only ship involved in supplying data to the rebellion. I understand, sir. Once you've started your transmission, there is a very high chance that you will be noticed by the enemy. You must complete the transmission at all costs. I will not fail the Empire. That is correct. You will not fail the Empire. Now to your ship, pilot. Give me that transmission. He's like, gimme, 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 gimme. He can't wait. He is hyped. All right, we're up in Dantooine space. Optimum transmission located. Location detected. Proceed to the designated area immediately. Will do. All right, we have approached the optimal intercept point, and we have to stand by to begin the transmission. And I think this is going to be like a hold position fight moment. So not my favorite mission. Yep, spot enemy fires all them off into for transmission. Yeah, we got to stay nearby this. You got this mission annoying hell. Yeah, I've heard that the Imperial Inquisitors is the hardest, or at least the second hardest. I don't know if it's harder than Storm Squadron or not, but these mission types where it's like stay in guard an area are very annoying because you have to stay very close to the area. So that's why I'm not really chasing these guys. I'm letting them kind of like come back towards me. Wow, they spawn pretty fast. I'm just like casually killing them, and the next group already spawned. If you feel like you're getting too many on you at once, either install some missiles to help clear them faster, or start comping them so you have fewer enemies to chase down. So disable a reactor or engine, and then leave them and switch to the next target if you feel like you're getting overwhelmed. All right, the Z95s are a little less chunky than the X-Wings, so we got rid of those pretty fast. Ooh, Y-Wings. Get your counters measures ready. Not more enemy fighters. And looks like we got 3 X-Wings again to deal with. And another wave of Z95. So it looks like you get a wave of 3 X-Wings, followed by 3 Z95s, and followed by 3 Y-Wings. Seems to be the pattern that they're going for here. I think I'm capped on XP already, so I'm glad that I didn't farm extra. All right, and here's our next wave of Y-Wings. All right, we succeeded. Good work, pilot. We have the rebel transmission. Return to your superior officer and make a full report. Officer. Will do. Back to the Emperor's retreat. We are back with Lord Fa'Zoll, who says, we have received the transmission successfully and have begun the process of deciphering their code. There will be no error in the data this time to protect the traitor. Yet again, you have proven yourself an asset in the Inquisition. Yep, thank you, sir. Pilot Officer Vum, it's time that you were elevated to full operational status within the Inquisition. You are hereby granted the rank of Flying Officer. Congratulations, Flying Officer Vum. You are now a full member of the Imperial Inquisition. Fly with honor and fight with the Emperor's own fury. Yes, sir. The Inquisition, in all its wisdom, has authorized a duty pay increase for your exceptional performance and new rank. Since you are now a flying officer, you may select your own assignments. Yes, sir. For the time being, the Inquisition is assisting the local command in this regional duties. It would seem that some of their pilots are less than trustworthy. Perhaps at some later date, some of them need to be put to the question. But for now, you will act as a normal member of the Imperial Navy. As the Emperor commands. Yes, as the Emperor commands. What is it you wish me to do? Since you've completed operational discretion, it will be up to you to decide how to assist the local command. They are having several issues that require someone with your particular skills. I'll begin immediately, sir. I have a briefing prepared, or if you already examined the briefing material, you can select the type of operation begin. I'm ready to take an assignment. Yeah, he's just saying, do you want to, you know, do that BS? But I think we're just ready to train. Boom, boom. Pilot, it's time for you to learn some new skills. It is important that you keep sharp and keep your skills at the top of their game in order to succeed in the Imperial pilot. Are you ready? I'm ready for some training. You've shown considerable improvement in ability since joining the Inquisition. It's time to allow you to access the next level of training and technology. I remind you that anything you learn is highly confidential. Security rating, Gamma 3. That means nothing to me, but thank you, sir. You may not share your knowledge with fellow officers of any rank at or below your station. Want me to be trained in? You're authorized for training in the TIE combat operations. Yes, sir. Your continued success will rely on your ability to make maximum use of all new Imperial technology. Use these study programs and destroy them when you have internalized the information. Understood. Report back when you're ready for a new assignment. The Inquisition is in need of someone with your talents yet again. We might need to go get some XP now. Let's see what he says. Good to see you, Flying Officer Bum. You've been making a significant impact with the other branches of the Imperial High Command. You have certainly done the Inquisition proud, but the time has come for you to resume your duties in rooting out traitors. Point me in the proper direction, and I will do as you command. The transmission that you managed to intercept for us has been partially deciphered, and it indicated plans to abduct Colonel Hen of the Imperial Navy. Unfortunately, we received this information too late to stop the abduction. Are there any leads on where they took him? There are several leads, but the Navy is sending out patrols trying to recover Hen. The Inquisition has volunteered to assist the Navy in their search for the lost colonel. Of course, we have the information at our disposal that the Navy is not privy to, such as the jump location of the transport that Hen is on. Should we inform the Imperial Navy of this location? Why would we want to do something like that? It would be a major black eye to the Navy if the Inquisition managed to find and rescue their lost man before they could. Of course, I wasn't thinking, sir. Damn. So we're adversarial with our own Navy? Alright. You still have much to learn about what it means to be a member of the Inquisition. Regardless, you are to enter the Naboo system and recover the Colonel. His transport will most likely be heavily guarded, and I doubt they will be willing to give up their prize without a fight. Once you have a ship secure, protect it from the counterattack until it can hyperspace into safe space. Yes, sir. Remember, it'll be worthless to the Inquisition if we are unable to recover the Colonel alive. While you're recovering Hen, we will continue decoding the transmission that you recovered. Okay. Time to go recover the Colonel. Alright, we're in the Naboo system, and we're beginning our scans for Colonel Hen's shuttle. Stand by for a nav location. Okay. Pilot, we have a lock on Colonel Hen's shuttle. Proceed with the rescue operation. Okay. And it looks like they are pretty far away. Over 9,000 meters. Let's see, I can see a C-95. I can see Colonel Hen's Lambda shuttle, Tier 3, so, you know, let's try and not take out its one weapon, so it can maybe defend itself a little bit when we escort it out. Granted, it only has one gun facing backwards, so it's only useful if they're, you know, coming at them from behind, but whatever. Alright, we're posting Colonel Hen. I'm gonna try and just take him out really fast with the tube. Okay, that just did 50 shields. We're fine. I was worried that that would kill him. Okay. We want to get out of range of that gun, and now we want to take out the other ships. Why'd you do that? I was fine until you showed up. Wow, Colonel Hen's kind of a wussy. Sir, you're being abducted by insurgents. We have to get you out of here. Our alliance is going to defeat the Empire starting with me? I think this is the end of your journey, dude. I think this is necessary. We should be able to get away on our own. Colonel Hen, were you trying to defect? Are you really, like, being abducted? We have the ship. Colonel Hen is fine. Escort us to the Colonel's jump location. Okay. Thanks for the help, pilot. We'll supply the boarding with the correct jump, blah, blah, blah. Cool. I gotta take out these Z95s. I just tubed the last one. I just screw him. Yeah, I love the communicator, though, from the ship earlier. Thanks for the help, pilot. We will supply the boarding party with the correct jump location. Yeah, totally. You are gonna get questioned so hard by the Inquisitors. Rebels, they must have gotten word of our plan. Yeah. I wonder how they did. Colonel. You a snitch? You a traitor? I think rebels have given up. I should be fine from now on. Yeah, I'm not letting you out of my sight. Looks like you are going to be busy. Yeah, there's 4 of them. They all X-Wings? Seems like it. Colonel, you realize that they can't get their hands on you, they're just gonna kill you, right? Yeah, see, even the rebel's like, Colonel Hen doesn't want to stay with you anymore, let him go. No, because then he's gonna help you guys. We're at war, dude. Or I guess the Imperial Inquisition would deny that we're at war. We're not at war. You're doing crimes. Stop doing crimes. I am sure that I can handle it from here. No, you can't, Colonel Hand. We're going to handle you from here. Okay, nice work, pilot. Remaining on guard until the Colonel Hen jumps out of the system. Report back once we're done. There he goes. And Colonel Hen had to say... What the? Colonel Hen's shit just jumped in the wrong direction. Pilot, get back to your superior officer and make a report. The thing isn't right here. Yeah, he's trying to defect still. Anyways, let's go land. Fine, I'll hyper to homeport this time. Alright, we're back with Lord Fa'Zoll, who says, good, you're back. We have discovered a serious problem. We managed to decipher the remainder of the message that you intercepted. It would seem that Colonel Hen was the one who was leaking the information to the insurgents. What? And we assisted him on his escape. That is what it would appear. This transgression must never be allowed to go unpunished. It is time for Colonel Hen to be punished for his treachery. We are in the process of tracking down where the Colonel went. Once we have found his location, it will be up to you to pass sentence on the traitor. Yes, my lord. What should I do to until you have this location? For now, we will act as if nothing is amiss until we can figure out where he is. Continue your operation helping local forces. Okay. Helping local forces. Am I going to take an assignment? No. Okay, we got to get trained. More duty missions. Let's go. Can I not pick a duty mission because of this emergency? What's the emergency? Imperial freighter is under attack by the filth that needs help right away, but I can't seem to get in touch with the Imperial space station. Not my cup of tea, any mercenary. Sure, you know what? Screw it. Let's save the freighter. I don't know what this is. Let's just go do it. I like how the broadcast is all broken up to make it seem like, you know, getting scrambled or having technical issues. The rebel scum is right behind us. Are you damaged? No, you seem fine. Here they come, and any Imperial ship that is receiving this, please assist. Okay. I mean... They don't seem hot on you. Oh, there they are. Okay, I'm just gonna fly into them all and shoot them all so they're mad at me, not the ship. Okay, we succeeded on defending the shuttle. I know it's a lot to ask, but we think the rebels uncovered a Yavin freighter route and are planning to attack. Can you please deliver the message to our station, the Yavin system? I gotta go hyper to Yavin now? Okay. This is the security commander of the Yavin system for the Imperial station. Continue these coordinates immediately and prepare to identify yourself. Okay. Just a brief 9,000 meters away. Let's go that way. Alright, we've moved into the position we're supposed to be at, but we're getting jumped by rebels. I guess, we were too late to warn them of their attack. Or wait, no, they just showed up? Okay, whatever. Put down your weapon systems and dock with me for identity confirmation. Okay. And everything looks to be in order. No clear of contraband. Now, why are you here? Well, maybe it has to do something with those rebels that just jumped me. Also, this guy's a tier 4. What a strong ally. Rebels that have uncovered our freighter routes, you say? I would have said you're crazy, but those rebels attacking you on your way here does confirm something is going on. Stand by. If my ship was slightly faster, I could have got here without getting attacked. And then that would have sounded, that guy would have sounded crazy. Anyways, the Imperial Station says that couldn't have come at a worse time since we are terminating pirates in another sector of the debris field. Although you're not under my command, I'd appreciate if you flew out to where the freighter was attacked and recon the area. Okay, let's go follow the waypoints. Oh, that was fast. Just had to do 2.5 basically. And there's a Rebel Advanced Recon Fighter, an A-Wing Tier 3. Uh-oh. It's okay, I have a missile. He's gone now. That confirms it, though. We need to change our ship routes immediately. Try to find more than Rebel lowlifes. What? Another surprise attack. Tier 2s, though. Yeah. Bombs. Okay, is that it now? You're quite the pilot. Thought you were doomed. Hopefully that was it. Nope, that's not it. Their bombers are still in the area. They're gunning for us. This is such a weird mission. It's just like, you're done. Just kidding. Okay, now you're done. How many times are you going to surprise me? Is it really a surprise after like the 3rd time of surprise? Anyways, it's two B-Wings. Whatever. Let's blow them up. Okay, there we go. Amazing. Your initiative and selflessness has saved hundreds of loyal citizens, pilot. If you ever visit our beloved Emperor's retreat in Naboo, talk to one of the Imperial pilots outside. They'll reward you for your bravery. Station over and out. What? I'm gonna get rewarded? I guess I'll investigate that when we're back there, but I think I need more experience still. Never mind, we're good. Okay, well, let's go back there and find out if I get an extra reward. All right, we're at the Emperor's Retreat. Is it this guy? Is he gonna give me money now? Good to see you, sir. Word of your heroics in the Yavin system has spread like wildfire among the ranks. As it should be. Yes, of course, sir. Amazing performance, shooting down 20 of those rebel scum in one mission. It's what I do, and no one does it better. There was not 20. Very good, sir. I take your word for that. Anyway, let me transfer your reward. You've also been granted complete access, well, almost to the retreat, sir. What do you mean, almost? Well, I don't think the Emperor would appreciate unannounced visitors in his private quarters, sir. I suppose you're right. Very well, then. Get back to work. Absolutely, sir. Right away, sir. So this is another way to gain access to the retreat, I guess. If you don't do the theme park, which starts with the lieutenant here, who's he's really securing the position there at the moment. His feet are on the ground. So I guess you could do that and you can get in. You just have to be a loyal Imperial pilot, or do the Inquisitor. Man, there's so many ways to get into the Emperor's Retreat. I didn't realize. Anyways, we're back with the Lord Fa'Zoll, who I'm ready to take an assignment. I'm ready for training. You've shown considerable improvement in ability since joining the Inquisition. It's time to allow you. Yep. And what am I to be trained? Special equipment. Yes, sir. So I can move up to using my TIE bomber loadout. Understood. Back to when you're ready for the next assignment. Which, am I? No. Yeah, we gotta... Yeah. More duty missions. Let's go! Alright, so we're back with the space station, and they don't have anything to say. What happens if I try and land? Now I can land the Emperor's Retreat. Was doing that random mission giving me access, or have I just progressed far enough in the Inquisition to get landing permissions? Whatever. Anyways. Duty mission. We're back with Lord Fa'Zoll, who says, have you accomplished the task that I gave you? Yes, sir. I have taught the traitor the error of his ways. Excellent. I think that you might have a very bright future with the Imperial Inquisition. I have decided to transfer you to the Inquisitor Vrke? Vrke. He is one of the finest field operatives within the Inquisition, and I believe that you will be an asset to his operations. Thank you, sir. It's been an honor to serve under you. The honor has been entirely mine. I have a feeling that one day you will be a shining example of an Inquisition officer. Listen and learn from Vrke. He is currently stationed at the Emperor's Retreat and is expecting you. Farewell until we meet again. I figured he was here. All right, on to the third trainer, Inquisitor Vrke. I understand you served under Inquisitor Fa'Zoll. Describe last missions. Yes, I've heard of you. Tell me, did you enjoy it? I'm glad to serve the Empire. I wish I could have killed more levels. No. I'm glad to serve the Empire. Very good. I have a job for you. Since you were there, you probably don't need me to tell you who Colonel Hend is. Yeah, I had the misfortune of dealing with him. This was the colonel that we went and captured in space. The Empire owes you a small debt for eliminating that most embarrassing colonel. Unfortunately for the Empire, we do not believe that he worked alone. The simple fact of the matter is that while he was in charge of security on our new special project, there was information leaked that even he did not have access to. Interesting, so you think he was working with someone? Or for someone? We try not to make too many assumptions, but we are very confident that the answers are out there. One must be diligent in the search for the truth, but I digress. There is an important task that I need you to do. Given your background in this matter, I can think of no one better suited to assist me than you. I appreciate the vote of confidence. What is it that I can do for you? Earlier this morning, Colonel Hen's private yacht was removed from the space dock where it was stored. We believe that whoever stole the yacht is trying to cover up something that might have been hidden on that ship. Just 20 minutes ago, a scanning vessel got a lock on the shuttle in the Naboo system. So you want me to recover the yacht and bring it back to you? Correct. I think we can find out what we are looking for by cracking the ship's logs. The yacht has been gone long enough for the perpetrator to hide whatever they were trying to cover up, but perhaps not enough to also delete the ship's logs. Now to your ship, pilot. Reading that and walking through here is harder than I was going to expect. Anyways, let's go travel to Naboo. System. Alright, they're scanning the system for the Colonel's yacht. Damn, that took a while. Anyways, location of the yacht discovered. Transferring the data to your navigation computer. Proceed as planned. Okay. Alright, we're coming up on the shuttle. We want to remember that there's guns in front and back of this thing. The back is the turreted one, so approaching it from the rear is not ideal, but let's disable it carefully. Good. Hey, what did you do to that for? We were just here to put on a simple pleasure cruise. There's no need to get violent. I don't know about that one. I think it's just doing the auto capture, but I mean, I'll dock. Nope. Yeah, we just gotta wait. Somebody's boarding them. It's not me. I wish there was boarding action in Galaxies. That'd be so cool. Don't know how it would work though. Like from a technical standpoint. Call this off before it's too late. Your superiors will not be happy when they hear about this. I don't know. My superiors are probably superior to your superiors. Just saying. Man, everything in Naboo space is like green. Even the little asteroids are green. Everyone always acts like getting space XP is the hard part. No, this is the hard part, sitting and waiting in these missions. Why are rebels jumping us? If they were just putting on a simple pleasure cruise, why would the rebels be concerned about it? Foolish rebels, they should have just stayed home. This dude's trying to sell it. I don't know if I'm buying what he's selling. I was wondering when they would show up. Why were you wondering? Is it because of the last wave, or is there something else that you're not telling me, sir? Just way up that Y-Wing's butt. Oh, looks like we got there. Aren't even finished fending off the second wave. I think we have found something very interesting in the yacht's computers. The shuttle transferred some data to a mercenary craft, and on its way to Yavin 4, proceed immediately to the Yavin sector and inspect the craft's computers. Okay. Let's make the jump. Alright, we're in Yavin. I've got to go to the possible target location, look for the mercenary spy. Alright, looks like I found my mercenary spy. It's a tier 4 dune lizard that just roams around here, so I'm gonna just start by disabling the vessel, and then we'll just inspect it afterwards. Alright, we've disabled the target. Let's scan it. Sure enough, it's got some data. Pirate sector report, let's dock and take that from them. Alright, we get an alert that says, "Nice work, pilot. We are sending a freighter your area to transfer the data. Stand by for the coordinates to the transfer vessel." Okay, well, let's clean up our mess. So that can respawn for somebody else. And let's go to the meetup. You're at the rendezvous location. It says, very impressive indeed. Hold at your current position for the transfer freighter to arrive. Glad to see you, pilot. We will begin the docking momentarily. Okay. Take me to dinner first. I'll hold my ship steady. Dock with me when you are ready to make the transfer. Well, at least he's polite. Alright, they have the data. I should return my superior officer, make a report, apparently. Let's make sure this mission's actually over, because I'm always paranoid about that, and it seems to be. Let's home port, so we land right back at the retreat. We're back with the Inquisitor, who says, well done, Vumbleimo. You have the makings of a true Inquisitor. I mean, I already have the outfit for it. Maybe I need a little bit more red in it, though. When assigned a task, you follow through with determination and focus. It is now clear to me that the late Colonel Hend was working with someone else. Why do you think someone was helping Colonel Hend? The data you recovered is highly classified, well above Colonel Hend's security clearance. The data was also put together rather roughly, almost like it was coming from someone's memory rather than official documentation. Someone in the engineering corps, perhaps? That is what we believe, but who are we looking for? I think the answer to that question is on Yavin 4. I want you to go to the Imperial post in Yavin 4 and speak with Lieutenant Colonel Barlow. Who was Lieutenant Colonel Barlow? He was Colonel Hend's second in command, and now that Hend is no longer with us, he has been promoted to his superior's old position. Do you think he was involved? After we discovered that Hend was a traitor, we questioned all who were stationed under him. We could not find any wrongdoing on the part of the Lieutenant Colonel, and have no reason to believe that he was involved in the commander's treachery. Frankly, Barlow doesn't have the imagination to be a traitor. Not sure if compliment or insult. Can you be sure? Isn't it dangerous to have him head of security for that operation? Lieutenant Colonel Barlow will not be allowed to hold his position for very long. I just fear that his health will take a turn for the worse in the near future. Ominous. But for now, he's the best available officer for the position. Why don't you go speak with him? We are fairly certain that the Lieutenant Colonel is free from guilt in the matter of Hend's treachery, but that doesn't mean he is not aware of details that could help our investigation. I want you to question Barlow about Colonel Hend's activities. Who did he deal with in the engineering corps? Did he have any private meetings with any of them? What did Hend do in his spare time? Basically, I want you to find out everything you can about Hend. I see. Barlow might be aware of the other traitor and not know it. Yes. Now you're catching on. Before you go, you will need to learn a new skill that might assist you in your investigation. I will offer you my expertise in helping you become a better pilot. What am I going to learn? I will instruct you in the use of advanced capability TIE vessels. Now you have your mission. Go question Lieutenant Colonel Barlow at our outpost in Yavin 4. Find his lead on the traitor's hand. Oh my gosh. His name is Hend, but I keep wanting to read it as hand or head. Find us a lead who Hend was working with. You may leave me now. Wait, what? So what did you learn from Barlow? We'll spit it out. I've been waiting for this information for too long. I believe Colonel Hend's accomplice was Dr. Shanice. I haven't even gone there yet. Okay, well, let's go and see if those dialogue options change. Anyways, off to Yavin 4. I'm here with Lieutenant Colonel Barlow. He's standing in front of the structure factory-looking building behind the starport. So let's speak with him. He says, I do not recall requesting your presence. If you have no business here, I highly suggest that you get back to your unit or do whatever you came, or go wherever you came. You won't talk to me. This is a flight trainer for a different... Yeah, that's Black Epsilon. That guy also called me a little bug. That's rude. And then these are the other flight trainers for Storm Squadron. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just go back to the retreat. Back I go. Okay, I'm back with the Inquisitor, and I've said It's Dr. Shniss. Dr. Shniss, the same Dr. Shniss that's currently in charge of the Auto Force salvage operations. Yes, Inquisitor. He is the only one who makes sense. I guess this, the flag for this dialogue was bugged or something. I don't know what happened there, but I guess for now you don't actually need to go to Yavin 4. You just talk to him again and be like, yeah, dude, totally went. Anyways, I have divined that it's this person. Anyways, the doctor, he would certainly have the knowledge and the opportunity to leak the stolen information to Colonel Hend. This would be most unfortunate for the Empire if it turns out to be true. Why would it be unfortunate? I don't know. Why would it be unfortunate? The dude heading the salvage operation for the Death Star. Anyways, I am very certain that he's the traitor. It's all on vibes, dude. Trust me. Then we must find the proof. We would have a hard time explaining ourselves if we arrest such an important man on conjecture. You will have to find more evidence to his guilt. Where should I start looking? The Empire has granted Shniss a private vessel for use in his work. From what I understand, Shniss considers the vessel a refuge of sorts. If there's anything to be found, it will probably be in Shniss' private logs on board. It's supposed to be probably like a apostrophe here, whatever. They shouldn't be that hard to recover. That is what I am thinking. We are going to have to keep this operation quiet for the time being, though. There is no need to alert anyone of our investigation of the doctor. You're going to have to travel to Yavin system and inspect the vessel's logs. Won't Shniss notice if I am inspecting his vessel? Fortune is currently on our side. Although Shniss is in charge of the Yavin salvage operation, he is currently in the Endor system beginning work on his next project there. He was not allowed to take his personal craft on this trip, so it is still out in the Yavin system. If he is involved with the traders and was using this vessel as a meeting point, you can bet it was being watched, so we have to move quickly before we tip our hand. What is Shniss doing in Endor? That is none of your concern. It's Death Star 2. Right, now all you should be concerned with is recovering those logs from Shniss' yacht. See, there's the apostrophe. Is that understood, Vom? Absolutely, Inquisitor. Good. Now move quickly. Go to the Yavin system and inspect Shniss' personal logs. You have your mission. Now go. Ooh, this is kind of cool. Head engineer of the Death Star project might be a traitor. All right, we're in the Yavin system, and we gotta go over to where we believe his yacht is parked. So let's head over that way. Wow, I picked the worst hyperpoint to come to, I think. All right, we finally made our possible target location. I guess I just have to find the ship. Ah, there it is. There's a Lambda shuttle flying around this area. And it's hostile to me. Okay, well, let's disable it, because I'm probably going to need to inspect it. I mean, disable it, because I'm probably going to need to dock with it. Man, cart before the horse on that one. Sure enough, it's got his personal logs. Let's dock, not hyper. Alright, we've covered the logs and stuff. Now what? Is that it? Well, I always finish what I start, so... Whoop. Never mind, there's more to do. Good thing it wasn't keep that vessel alive. Mission alert. Proceed immediately to the Imperial Communication Satellite 247D to transmit data. Location will be downloaded to your nav computer shortly, which is far freaking away again. Here we go. Oh, also Imperial Command says you should have the satellite location in your nav computer. Proceed to that location immediately for data transmission. Already on it. All right, we're out near the satellite, which they actually did put like a beacon out here or something, or maybe that is what the satellite looks like, so that's kind of nice. I'm immersed. Hold at your current location. Transmission will begin shortly. Stay near the satellite or we will lose all the data. Okay, so I didn't get jumped on the way. It's a defend this point mission, so another one that takes a bit of time. I'm guessing tier 3 A-wings, X-wings. Maybe a headhunter. Warning, enemy fighters moving to engage. Oh, no. Not enemy fighters. 4 Y-Wing. Y-Wing, Y-Wing, Y-Wing. Oh, I guess they're like send the bombers to destroy the satellite. Okay. I vibe with that. Oh man, it's gonna give me an update every 5% now. X-Wings. Okay, so you either get a wave of tier 3 Y-Wings or tier 3 X-Wings. Oh, wave of 4 D95s, still tier 3. Okay, so I had the right idea, it's just they're all coming in uniform-looking waves. Please do not give me a wave of 4 A-Wings. That would be kind of annoying. I'll cope, but rather not. What did I say? Don't give me 4 A-Wings. What do? You give me 4 A-Wings. You know, I was gonna wonder, I'm like, am I getting 4 B-Wings next? And sure enough, they threw 4 B-Wings at me. We're just going through the alphabet today. 4 identical letters at a time. And we're back to Y-Wings. We've completed this cycle. Okay. I don't think we're gonna get every wave twice. I don't think there's enough time left. I mean, we might. And it's 90%. This might be the last wave. I just realized I just finished my tier 3 Rebel X-Wing quota. That's cool. Making progress on a different badge. Okay, we did it, yeah. We avoided having to do a second A-Wing or B-Wing wave. Yay. We have the information from the spy ship. While you are in the sector, we need you to pick up some documents on Dr. Shinis's project to compare against his statement. Location of the delivery vessel has been uploaded to your nav computer. The pickup location has been uploaded. Proceed as planned. Okay. Alright, we're at the delivery site. We have you on the scanners. Wait for the transfer shuttle to arrive. We'll do. They only sent you. You better be good. This information is highly classified. Listen. I am carrying this squadron on my shoulders right now, okay? This is an interesting docking position. Yeah, we gonna... You know, dock with the dorsal fin there? Sure are. Yeah, alright. Whatever, if it works. The information is all yours. Taking care of it for us. Can't wait to get ambushed. Delivery location has been loaded to your nav computer. Proceed as planned. Okay, it's playing errand, boy. This is a long mission. The sit and defend missions are already feeling long, but then when they're in a chain of like other objectives, man. And the worst part is if you somehow manage to fail this part, gotta go do the wave defense part again. But the pickup shuttle drop-off point was like so close. Good to see you made it. We have the information. Listen. Did I just see you like just a couple moments ago, dude? Nope, there's some enemies. Well, too bad. I'm already docking. They're just gonna have to cope. Can't believe they're gonna watch me dock with this vessel. How embarrassing. 4 of them. Yeah, I was like, I'd buy the fire pattern that looks like X-Wings. Well, good thing I have shield shunt. Just shunt while I'm docked, it's fine. Pilot, proceed immediately to the Dathomir system. Dr. Shinis has returned early from his business in Endor and has been tipped off to the investigation. He fled rather than face questions. Bring him back alive. He must be questioned. Fled to the Dathomir system? Homie, what hookups do you have in the Dathomir system? You gonna go high with the Night Sisters? What kind of connections is one of the engineer and head of the Death Star project, or at least the Death Star salvage, and potentially Consultant of Death Star 2, I have to do with the Night Sisters. So whatever, we'll go find out. I'm gonna start the hyper while I defeat these last two vessels. Alright, we're in the Dathomir system. Imperial command said stand by, scanning the system for vessel. Dr. Schniss took to escape his post on Endor. Then we get an update saying freighter containing Dr. Schniss has been located. Location has been sent to your nav computer. Proceed with caution. Scans show the freighter has an escort. Ooh. Looks like our escort is some tier 3 mercenaries and chemos. And then we just have the freighter. I'm just going to start this by disabling the freighter quickly, because there's probably going to be a sequence of, you know, boarding the vessel or whatever, and I'm not too worried about these chemos turning on me. There we go. You're planning on bringing me back alive, aren't you? Just kill me and get it over with. You don't look anything like an Imperial engineer, but okay, dude. Pretty sure that's like default face number 50 for mercenaries, but whatever. No, you mustn't. I will not last long in the hands of the Inquisition. Yep, well. You should have thought about that before betraying the Empire, dude. Oh, finally. I think I made a big mistake. You sure did, because now even the rebels are here. The rebels are like, we want a piece of this. And another one. I guess the rebels have a if we can't have them, you can't mentality on this one. They are opening fire on that freighter. I'm hoping this is the last step of this mission, because man, it just keeps going. I understand why they might prefer to chain stages of a space mission one after the other, so you don't have to land and talk to your pilot all the time, right? Or your pilot trainer. But like, the longer the mission is, the more punishing it is if something goes wrong towards the end of it, and these missions are not short. So, okay, good, it's done. Don't give me another objective, I swear. Okay, we're good. I think I can just hyper back to ground now. I mean, they did say wonderful, just wonderful. Now they are going to put me in question. You may have done your duty today, but I hope you realize what you've done to me. Whatever, dude. You're the traitor. Okay, Doctor? I'm literally part of the Inquisition pilot force, alright? You can't guilt trip me. I war crime so much for Black Epsilon. Alright, we're back with the Inquisitor, who says, you have performed better than my expectations. The Doctor is safely in our custody, and we have plenty of evidence to assist us in questioning him. What is going to happen to Schniss? That remains to be determined. I have not yet had a chance to chat with him. His guilt is not in question, but it is important for us to make sure that there is no one else involved. There is a slight chance that he will simply be terminated, but it would be a shame to execute such a brilliant and useful man. Someone else is involved? Perhaps. Schnitt certainly had access to the information that Colonel Hen was passing to the rebellion. On the surface, everything would appear to have been wrapped up in a tight little package. But I learned long ago never to believe anything that I hear, and only believe half of what I see. That sound thinking, or that sounds like a pretty skeptical way to go through life. Let's do the first one. Of course it is. If the Doctor had other friends in the Empire, I would find out who they are. After that, I will determine the fate of our Dr. Schniss. Why not just eliminate him? Dr. Schniss has one of the finest technical minds in all of the Empire. It was his work that led to the creation of the power cells used in the Death Star's primary weapons. You never know when a man of such intelligence can be of use again. You would allow a traitor to work for the Empire again? I make no qualms about using anyone to further our goals. In a very controlled environment, I think that Dr. Schniss can still be of use to the Empire. Of course, this is just idle chatter. I must conduct my interview with Schniss before a final determination can be made. So what should I do for now? For now, you may go and leave. I am not certain how long I shall be detained with the doctor. Some people break very easily. Others require some effort. Well, I mean, the doctor is pissing his pants, so I don't think you're going to need effort. But before you go, I would like to again offer you my services as a trainer to you. What am I to learn? You learn about advanced starship component use. Let's begin. Come see me a little later, and perhaps I'll have some news about how my discussion with the doctor went. Let's see. I think I'm okay on XP. Sure am. I've enjoyed my time with the doctor. Did he enjoy it too? He is no longer in any condition to answer you, but he has been most informative. Are the other traitors in the Empire? Are there other traitors in the Empire? He would not tell us, but the rebels don't know that. We will pretend that we have a list of conspirators. What are you going to do with that list? We're going to give it to you and send you on an interplanetary errand to the Dathomir system. Why? One thing that I did find interesting is that he mentioned the Dathomir system in passing, but seemed to realize his mistake and quickly changed the subject. I believe that is the area we should move the fake list through. I don't like this idea. Your opinion does not matter. You're to leave immediately. Yeah, that was kind of a weird reply, but sure. I guess we're back to the Dathomir system. All right, we're here in Dathomir space. High Command says, pick up navigation waypoint has been sent to you. Chart a location in order to pick up the false list. I arrive at the pickup waypoint, and now we have to wait for the data freighter. Imagine just like a truck that's just carrying around like computer systems. That's what I imagine a data freighter is, right? Like, okay, time to dock again. Okay, we've got the fake list. So let's go to meet the pickup shuttle who wants to take the false list. Oh no. Tier 4 X-Wings. Oh no, more enemy fighters. Well, I'm already here, so let me spawn the pickup shuttle and then I'll deal with you guys. Where the hell's this ship? I lost visual on the thing that I have to give the data to. There it is. It's hard to visually find something in space if you don't have a waypoint. Probably gonna have more ships spawn in while I'm docking, but it's fine. I think I can tank a volley. Yeah, here they are. I wonder if they would spawn in slower if I was disabling them instead of destroying them. Sometimes it works that way, but meh, whatever. All right, we've delivered the false documentation. That got the rebels' attention. Oh, goodness me, that is a couple. Okay. Well, didn't expect that many X-Wings. Oh, they're tier 3 though, okay. I thought they were all tier 4 and I was like, oh geez. So they dropped the difficulty because they sent so many of them at you at once. That's fair. Unusually fair for a space mission. Usually space missions are just like, wow, you got your teeth kicked in? Cope. Also, at some point, I've capped my XP again. They are throwing quite a lot of ships at me, so... So that mission alert we just got was pilot. We have a serious problem. The rebels have attacked another ship. It would appear they were uncertain what ship had the list. You will need to help protect that other craft. To assist the Lambda with repairs. We're sending the location of the shuttle to your nav computer. Proceed to that location to immediately rescue our ship. Okay, wow, it's far away. Rebels were really confused about which ship it was if they were literally on the opposite side of the sector shooting Lambdas. Maybe they're just like, it's on a Lambda, just get them all, shoot them all, screw it. They disabled the Lambda, like, within 500 meters of the Imperial space station. You guys can't help your own? Like, what the hell? Send the guy across the opposite side of the sector. Also, damn, there were some rebels here earlier. Somebody should have done something about that. Anyways. I'm really glad to see you. I don't know how much longer I could have held out. I mean, you could have, like, just, like, fired a volley over at that Imperial space station and got your allies' attention, but whatever, here I am. Okay, we are all hooked up. Let's try to get out of here. Okay, let's try and get out of here after you. I'm gonna assume they're gonna spawn waves of, like, tier 4s and not dump just tier 3s on us again, since they were throwing tier 4s at us when we went to the Lambda previously. Oh, here we go. I was like, oh, I just start laughing because I'm just like, am I gonna die from old age before something happens? They're tier 3s. I guess I should just go back to sleep. I mean, I get that the shuttle I'm escorting is tier 3, but you just have me fight tier 4s that were spawning relatively quickly. And then jump me with, like, a bunch of tier 3s, and you're just throwing tier 3s at me again. The TIE Defender actually has more weapon slots than the TIE Bomber. TIE Bomber has 2 weapon hardpoints. The TIE Defender has 3. But the Defender only has 1 missile launcher in it. You can fit 2 ordnance in the TIE Bomber. This ship is a bit more agile, so it does take a little bit getting used to compared to the Bomber. I'm used to flying the Defender because it flies very similarly to the Advanced X-Wing. They're basically mirrored, so not too bad. We've got the shuttle there. And now we believe that we located a command ship. During that fight, we detected encrypted signals being sent to fighters. We want whatever information that ship might have. Okay, we gotta go disable the Rebel command vessel. I'm gonna guess it's a gunship. At least a Nova, right? At least a Nova, if not a full-on gunship. Okay, it is a Nova. I was like, it's gonna be at least a Nova. All right, let me disable this real quick. Gotta make sure not to kill it. Okay. Oh, you know what? It wants me to dock with it. I'm gonna have to disable the turrets before I do that. And I'm gonna be firing 1 weapon group at a time, because if I fire both, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna kill it. I'm just gonna ignore the X-Wings, it's fine. Probably. Yeah, when you have gunships, and as a player, gunships are very useful, but yes, you do need a group to crew it, which is, I think it's a cool aspect. Obviously, like, I end up piloting, like, fighters more than gunships and POBs in general, but, you know, I know Momo's always down to gun. I can get Griffin a gun. So if I really want to fit up like a YT, I can. Alright, we got the encrypted Rebel reports. And like any good Inquisitor pilot, I'm gonna finish my meal. I'm gonna get these guys off my tail before I travel to the Naboo system. Because they want us to fly the information back for an immediate transfer to the transmitter. Why don't I just bring it back to my handler? Whatever. All right, we're in the Naboo system, and it's time to go meet the shuttle. All right, we are at the shuttle drop-off location, so let's stand by. Another Lambda. I mean, at least they're consistent, if anything. Oh no. Well, too bad, I'm already docking, so whatever. It looks like a bunch of A-Wings. I'm glad that the docking camera was so polite to turn me around and be like, look, this is what's coming to shoot you. A bunch of tier 3 A-Wings. Okay, we did it. Is that it? Guess that's it. Guess I should finish my meal of A-Wings before landing. It's the only polite thing to do. And then we go back to the Inquisitor. Alright, we're back with the Inquisitor. Just as I expected, the guilty parties come crawling out of the gutters to try to hide their names from us. It is always amusing to me to watch them start to panic when we begin to move in. You can almost smell the desperation. I don't want to smell any of them, dude. So we are sure that God damn, dude, this guy's name sucks. and Sniz were not working alone? Oh, yes, very much so. The rebel plans that you returned to us reveal much. Just as we expected, the rebels were tipped off about your mission and had orders to protect the remaining agent at all costs. So we know who the remaining agent is. No. Oh, okay. Even the rebels wouldn't be foolish enough to name their agent in an order, but it does confirm our suspicion that Hend and Schniss were not working alone. We might have to use extreme measures to get Schniss to tell us who the third traitor is. Extreme measures? Something that we use only as a last resort. It tends to have adverse effects on the neural paths in the brain. Most subjects survive the process, but in extreme vegetated state. But it never fails to expose all of their secrets. It's actually quite fascinating. You're gonna make them play video games? Anyways, I thought we wanted to keep Schniss alive. We would only use it on Schniss as an absolute last resort, but unless we can figure out who the third traitor is, I fear that we have no other choice. Do you have any other suggestions? How about a fakeless Schniss? We just did that. Schniss was running to Dathomir. Maybe his ally is there. Interesting. I figured he was meeting up with the rebellion, but what if he was actually trying to meet with his fellow conspirator? I mean, there is an Imperial presence and presence in Dathomir, so that, you know, possibility. We only keep a small security force in the region in order to patrol the outskirts of the system. It would have to be a person of authority. I think that your idea is at least worth investigating. What should I do in the meantime? For now, you are dismissed. I will be in need of your services again shortly, though. Oh, and before you go, let me teach you some more skills. You will probably need that training in the future. What am I to learn? Teach you the methods of special forces training. Check in with me after I had a chance to look into this Dathomir lead. I might have a use for a pilot at that time. Whoa. All right, let's speak with the Inquisitor again. It seems that we have managed to uncover the traitor. Who, me? Where? This time, it is a soldier high in Imperial command, a General Declann. If you are unfamiliar with the name, all you need to know is that he is in charge of the Imperial army stationed in the Dathomir system. An Imperial general. Even Imperial generals can be foolish men. He believed our story about the names. Those orders you recovered from the rebels might have as well been written in his own hand. There is no doubt. Doesn't he realize he'll have to answer to you? No, he's answering to you. What do you mean? He's en route to Naboo with an escort to protest his innocence. To destroy him. It is my understanding that he's traveling through the Dathomir system on his way here, even as we speak. But what if he's innocent? Then he is a casualty of war. We cannot take the risk of Imperial General has been trading secrets to the rebellion. Can you imagine the scandal that would ensue? It's far better if the general and his escort simply have an accident in the Dathomir system. Since we will perform the investigation into his death, it will be a simple sweep under the rug. The Inquisition's guys got jokes. What if he's innocent? Yeah. Let's go to Dathomir. Alright, we're in the Dathomir system. Scanning the sector for General Vrke's ship. Stand by for location. Okay. General Vrke's ship has been located. Proceed immediately and eliminate the traitor and all with him. This isn't gonna get me any closer to my Rebel Slayer collection, but whatever. It's a bunch of Tier 3 interceptors and then a Lambda shuttle. You know what time it is. It's time to just blow up the Lambda shuttle and worry about the rest later. The classic. We call it the Tier 7 Weapon Power Hour. Oops. Disabled. I wasn't even trying to do that. Now he's dead. No one can know about this operation. Destroy the General's escort fighters as well. Yeah, I mean, on it, dude. Why is there a Mon Calamari screaming, "I can shake you"? I mean, I guess the Imperial Army might have Mon Cal pilots, but seems a little far-fetched. I mean, I guess we did have a Bothan pilot trainer in Black Epsilon, but Whatever. If I was this Inquisitor, like Interceptor, I'd be hypering out of here. I'd be like, oh no, dude, screw this, I'm out. But Aquilish? Nah, get out of here. Hold position. You are needed to escort Dr. Schniss to the prison planet drop location. I mean, it's not a prison planet. There's a prison on the planet. This isn't Belsavis, gamer. But whatever. We'll go meet him. Alright, we're at the prison shuttle rendezvous. Let's wait for our escort. They couldn't let me get out of this pilot trainer without another escort mission. Oh, cool. Decimator. That's cool. It's not a Lambda shuttle for once. Tier 4, got 2 guns, top and bottom. Probably. Yep. Alright. Then I'm going to hope that they throw something a little bit tougher at us than just tier 3s. Because honestly, if they don't, this tier 4 Decimator doesn't really need my help. Oh, there we go. I was about to be like, damn, it's been a minute. Nope, just tier 3s. Are you sure you need my help? I'm still gonna do it because I'd rather get the loot than to go into the void, and I guess they're still giving me GCW, like a very small amount, so we'll do it, but this Decimator needs help. Oh, and just like that, we had one wave, and the pod with the doctor has been safely dropped in the prison. Hold position for further instructions. What? No. What further instructions? Get out of here. Okay, our further instructions are as follows. Reports are coming in that rebels have staged a major assault on the Dathomir ties in an attempt to rescue the doctor. You're to join the battle. Stand by for location. Sending your navigation computer to the location of the tie wing. Join up with them and help beat back the enemy. Okay. Shall we cluster up with our tie friendlies and just spin on each other? Like, good pilots. Just, hey guys, how's it going? Pretty sure I'm just waiting for the rebels to hyper in. I don't know if there's anything for me to do. No, just waiting. Oh, of course, as soon as I do that, they hyper in on top of me. Wow, there's a couple of you guys, but they're all tier 3 again, it looks like, so... There might be like a tier 4 hiding in here somewhere. Tier 3 Y-Wing, tier 3 A-Wing, not really worried about. Let's take out the X-Wing instead. It's better to take out the things with the higher firepower that are easier to hit when you're in a defense situation like this, because the lighter vessels, especially A-Wings, are not really going to be putting out much damage. They're just there to, like, be annoying. It looks like they're more concerned with me than the other ties, so... Which, you know, they had instincts. That'd be a good one. But I think I was just closest to them, so they aggressed me first. At least the other ties engaged. Half the time when this happens, your allies just sit around and don't do anything. Challenge. Don't shoot my own allies. Trying at this A-Wing, and I'm like, there's a couple of my guys with that. I don't really want to hit them. I didn't see any tier 4s in this group. It was just a bunch of tier 3 X-Wings and A-Wings and a Y-Wing. There was like 7 or 8 of them. It was telling me like how many I'm counting down, but whatever. We have located the rebel command ship in the Dathomir system. Launch an immediate strike at the heart of our enemy. We are getting a lock on the position of the command vessel. Once you have the coordinates, proceed to that location. Destroy the Price of Liberty and everything with her. We have a lock. Sending location to your navigation computer. Proceed as planned. Okay, it is not the furthest away, but not close either. Let's go. It looks like the Price of Liberty is pretty expensive, because that's a tier 3 gunboat being followed by a bunch of tier 3 X-Wings. We'll just eat this gunboat. I almost got down to the component. Alright, we got the vessel disabled with our second joust, and we'll just blow it up, and then we'll get rid of the escort. As is required. No witnesses. Okay, we got it. And Imperial High Command says, good work, pilot. The rebel menace in the Dathomir system is gone for now. Return to your superior officer and report your success. I'm going to wait. I think we're good, though. Start the hyper back to Emperor's Retreat. All right, we're back with the Inquisitor, who says, again, you have surprised me. I'm very impressed with the way you handled yourself in the most difficult situation. General Vrke has been eliminated, and the rebels have been shown the mistake of trying to cross the Imperial Inquisition. That's because I'm the best? I was doing my duty. Yeah, I am the best. You arrogant whelp. You are nothing without the might and power of the Inquisition backing you. Do you think that you would have had any chance of success without the training that I so graciously offered you? Just being able to say that you work for the Imperial Inquisition alone probably won you half your battles. I think you're overselling it a little bit, dude. You didn't even give me any good ship parts. You gave me garbage to work with, but whatever. I didn't mean I was more important than the Inquisition, but I am the best. Bah, I am done with you. I can no longer use someone like you. I was like cordial all the way up until the end, and I'm like, screw it. I have one last thing to teach you, and believe me, if it wasn't under orders to make you the best pilot, I just certainly wouldn't teach it to you. What am I to learn? You'll learn about the system balance program. Report back to me when you're prepared to undertake an assignment. And so, our time together is done. Yes, sir. Ah, so you have learned to respect your elders. That is a good thing. You're to report... When did I not ever show you respect? You would report to Grand Inquisitor Yiaso. You can find him just outside Lord Vader's office. Do not disappoint him, or you will find yourself under question very quickly. Farewell, them. Okay. All right, we're at our final Imperial Inquisition trainer, Grand Inquisitor Yiaso. You must be here for your skills upgrade. Yes, Inquisitor, upgrade my skills. Well, let's make this quick. What skill am I to learn? It is time for you to learn about experimental TIE vessels. Thank you. I think that you might find that skill very useful, especially now that I have need of your unique talents. After all, idle hands are a dangerous thing. Ready to serve, sir? It's about time you let me do a thing. I am yours to command, High Inquisitor. A willing mind. How refreshing. I was getting so tired of the standard military pilots. Such wastes. But I suppose they do have their uses. They are nice fodder for the war effort. Don't you agree? I could care less about those weak fools. Someone has to die. Might as well be them. I am Dark Side Jedi right now, so we'll go with that one. My thoughts exactly. The true power of the Empire lies only in the Emperor and those who understand that. I could see you understand that. Enough pleasantries. Time for the reason you are here. You are to travel to Dathomir. I have been receiving some very disturbing reports of unauthorized activity within this system. You will find out what is going on there for me. At the Emperor's will, my lord. I will have command transmit a patrol route that I wish you to fly once you enter the Dathomir system. Follow the route and keep a careful watch for any unauthorized activity. These reports I have been receiving have left me feeling uneasy. I will know what is going on there. May the Emperor's blessings be on you, Vum. I don't think the Emperor gives out blessings, dude, but you're the Grand Inquisitor, not me. Let's go to Dathomir system. All right, we're here in the Dathomir system. We got to follow a patrol route. It looks like I actually hypered into pretty close. I hypered into the Empire's blockade, the second one on the list, so good guess on my part. Okay, first one down. I see a crystal runner by this patrol waypoint. Is this related? You running crystal up here, my dude? Guy's gonna... Alert, unauthorized vessel. Inspect the crystal runner smuggler. Yep. Yep. Lightly glowing crystals. What kind of crystals are those, dude? Whoops. No, it's okay. I was worried about blowing it up, so I kind of held back on the fire there. I should have targeted the weapon first. It's okay. We didn't kill it, though. I also forgot which weapon group was bound to what. I didn't mean to shoot a missile at it. Oopsies. Okay. Alright, we're gonna blow him up for safety. There we go. Surprise attack. Destroy the attack ships. Oh no. Tier 4s, huh? All 6 it looks like, so light fighter time. Alright, we took out the surprise attack. Whatever that smuggler had, someone wants it back badly. Deliver the contents to a transport shuttle. Transport shuttle will meet you at the location supplied to your nav computer, which is not too far away. These rebels are mad at me. I guess I probably shouldn't spawn the meeting shuttle when I have rebels on my tail. Seems unprofessional. Oh, there's waves that are going to attack me too. Oh, while I'm on the way to the point. That's unfortunate. I'm going to spawn the ship so at least can get in here. I have all these other enemies pretty well on my tail, so... So I don't want to dock with... Oh, never mind, they're light fighters now. They didn't... Because last time they sent 4 chemos at me, which is scary, but 2 6 is not as scary. Chemos are scary because they're loaded up with missiles and shit, you know? Oh, never mind, here's 3. They were just so slow. Interesting, so this group spawned in. It didn't seem like they immediately knew where it was, which is good because it's 4 chemos again. I think that was the last mission objective, though. I'll take out these chemos just for the XP, because they're good XP, and then I guess I'll hyper back to Emperor's Retreat. All right, back with the Grand Inquisitor, who says, "So you've returned. We have just received those interesting rocks you recovered from the unauthorized vessel. Did you leave the pilot just floating out there, or did you finish him off after the search? Wait, don't tell me. I find it more amusing to think of him floating helpless in the cold depths of space. I killed him for the XP, sir. He got what was coming to him for his disobedience. I am sure he did. That crystal you brought back is most interesting. Do you have any idea what it is?" I was glowing, but other than that, no. I was glowing. Well, we will find out soon. It is in the lab being analyzed. While that is taking place, I will issue your duty pay. You have done the Emperor's work very well. What is your bidding now? Until we know what that crystal is, there's no need to continue the main operation. For now, you may go on leave or take some duty missions. Once we have what we need and you are ready, we will continue our investigation. Do I need more XP? I need a little bit more XP. Okay, well, let's go get XP. All right, we're back with the Grand Inquisitor after getting some XP. He's going to upgrade our skills. We're going to learn how to use heavy components. Thank you very much, sir. It's a good thing that you returned for training when you did. I was about to send a probe droid out after you. You could just call me, dude. Just a little humor there. But in all seriousness, it is good that you have returned. We have completed our analysis of that crystal you recovered. The last thing I want to hear is the Grand Inquisitor's probing for me. That joke, and I use the term lightly, was terrible. I'm ready to serve. The Emperor wills it. The Emperor does indeed wish you to serve. The lab has finished analyzing the crystal you recovered. A most interesting piece of rock. Most interesting and most rare indeed. In fact, that particular crystal can only be found one place in the entire galaxy, Dathomir. So the smuggler had to land on the planet. Yes, in clear violation of Imperial law. Of course, he is not working alone. All those reports I received would not have been generated by one lone individual. So I took the liberty of sending out several recon shuttles into the Dathomir system. It would appear that there are several vessels all working in unison in this little venture of theirs. And I must destroy them. All in good time. I have a feeling that this goes a little bit deeper than that. The recon shuttle has tracked one of the vessels that landed on the planet's surface before we could stop it. You are to immediately capture that vessel as soon as it re-enters orbit. If that ship looks like it is about to get away, you are to destroy it. Take no chances that it will get out of the system. Is that understood? Yes, if I cannot capture the vessel, it will die. Good. Now get to the Dathomir and wait for your prey to arrive. Yes, sir. Off to Dathomir. Imperial High Command, we are working on getting a lock on the vessel. Once you have its location, travel to her and bring her back to HQ. Okay, let's go disable the Crystal Smuggler again. Okay, at least this thing didn't have turrets. If this gunship was loaded, I would have been a little scared. But let's talk with it. I'm just gonna ignore these rebels this time. I wish I could IFF them, but... Okay, maybe I shouldn't have ignored them. Okay, I should not have ignored them. Ruh-roh. Bomber strike. Come on in. Oh, wait. I didn't even have to dock with it. This is the disable and, This is the disable and, escort mission. Oh, my goodness. I didn't even need to open up my hind end like that. Oh, no. I gotta get closer to the ship or else it's probably gonna be like, you're too far out. Tighten up. Five. This mission isn't hard. I'm just making it look hard. Okay, this wave is a couple tier 4 Dune Lizards. Yeah, Rebel pilots can get call a repair vessel out that will you can repair at. They also have abilities for like shunting shields and stuff to other nearby allies. Oh, well, the ship made it there anyways, so we're good. Distress signal coming from a damaged vessel or whatever. Assist vessel with repairs and escort it to safety. If the vessel's on its way... If I'm going to pass by a space station, then I will repair. We still have to get a waypoint, though. Do you keep all the pilot abilities with Ace of Aces? No, you lose them when you switch your faction. So, like, I don't have IFF right now, because I'm an Imperial pilot. It is in the opposite direction. Yeah, doing Ace of Aces is just... for the badge, and I guess you get a no trade hangar deed, so you don't just spend duty tokens if you ever wanted one. Yeah, neutral and rebels get IFF. Rebels get the repair and like share energy abilities. Neutrals get pirate trap, emergency engine power, and then like the pulse that sucks ass. And then Imperial pilots get like emergency weapons, which for PvP is OP. But they don't get IFF, they don't get in-flight controls. They're more about like overwhelming DPS. Like emergency weapons is probably the best pilot ability for like just general use, but IFF is, in my opinion, the best pilot ability, just because it's like, I don't want to fight these guys right now, IFF and leave. So not having IFF has been kind of a bummer. I do think neutral pilots have the worst pilot abilities. They get IFF, but their other ones are kind of useless. Like, Pirate Trap summons like 2 tier 2 pilot like ships or something, where like Imperial type bomber squadrons summons like 8 tier 4s or tier 5s or something. It's just straight better. Yeah, and then the pulse is just useless. It's like, oh great, I've deleted all of my own shields and sucked out my capacitor to chip at your shields, I guess. Just useless. Rebels at least have some utility with like the repair and like share shields ability and whatever. And obviously again, emergency weapons for imps is like crazy. I guess they have a Nebula Blast too, but only works when inside a nebula. So specific. But yeah, the UEPS is like the ability. How close am I to that space station? 5,000 meters? It's probably, this vessel's probably going to turn away from it. That's not close enough to where I could just skirt over, repair, and skirt back. Sometimes these patrols go right past the space station. These guys spawned in, and then immediately this like nearby TIE aggressor starts shooting at them. I gotta go back to the escort. I'm very far away from it. Oh, okay, he made it. Is that it? If not, I'm gonna... Okay, I'm gonna fly over. Oh, no. Okay, bye. I have to kill him. Don't think I can put this off. Nope. Gotta turn around and face him. These other imps are like, we got your back, homie. Snake, 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 snake. Oh my god. Don't do this to me. I'm gonna have to redo this mission if I die. They spawned all 6, you assholes. I could have outrun the lizards. I can't outrun the 6. I'm getting lucky on the parts. They hit my chaff and my missile. I can survive without those. I should have just taken the fight. I shouldn't have tried to fly off like I did. I thought some of them were chemos, and I'm like, I could barely outrun those right now. I can't outrun the 6, though. So they were just chipping away at me. I think I'm salvaging it. Despite all these other Imperial pilots here, they're not doing much to distract, you know? Okay, well, I made that infinitely harder than it needed to be. Oh my goodness gracious, get the fuck out of here. I'm repairing before I go to the next one. Coinite ships and smugglers seem to be working together. We need you to capture one of the mercenaries and return it to HQ. Okay, well, I'm repairing first. Okay, they weren't able to repair everything to full because for some reason. Oh, it's this specific space station can only do up to 75% of the damage. Cool. I forgot that's a thing, and that's so stupid. Alright, well, at least I got something out of it. Was the Empire's take on the Navy with overwhelming ties and no shields ever actually effective in lore, or did they just screw themselves with no shield? I think it was effective. I just think Rebels had, on average, better pilots. I think in the lore is Rebels had better pilots, and because they invested more in their ships for protection, more of those pilots survived, so they continue to become more experienced, while the Empire just kind of kept throwing bodies at the problem. I think that's the lore, but usually Rebels were on the run anyways, just because the numbers were overwhelming. I mean, to be fair, the Empire is working on a scale that's hard for people to comprehend. Like, you know, armies might be hundreds of thousands of soldiers, which is hard to comprehend on its own, right? Like on the planet Earth. Like some countries only have armies that are a few thousand in terms of standing forces, right? Like I think the US Army's like, if you're talking about active duty, like yes, we pick up a gun and go shoot things. I think it's like 200 to 250,000 at any time usually. The Empire is working on the orders of millions. Okay, I think this is the ship we need to disable. I fucking hate this. So what happened was I was targeting the reactor, shot it to disable it, and then I got hit by one of the enemy ships. So it reset the component targeting, because that's what happens in space. And then I did some non-component damage to it and just blew it up. So now I gotta go land and do this all again, I guess. Maybe it'll be kind. It'll just start me from that point. If I have to do the whole thing again, I mean, I'm gonna do it, but I'm not gonna be happy about it. All right, back with the Grand Inquisitor. Vumperlimo, you're getting this assignment because you were good, but you don't seem particularly skilled. I'll get the job done. I suggest you do. Capture the Crystal Smuggler. We've had to capture more than one, so I don't know if this reset or am I back at that point. Usually you have to restart the whole thing. Yeah, this is the first part of the mission. All right, well, let's redo this. I won't let the rebels blow me up this time. I want to make a statement, a public statement, if you will. Public service announcement. I hate A-Wings. Absolutely asinine. Like, Storm Squadron was definitely worse with the A-Wings. Like, these guys aren't even mission relevant. I just keep running into them because they're in the path of where I'm going. But they are very annoying because of how small they are. Like, I'd much rather fight advanced TIEs and interceptors. Yeah, droid fighters. Yeah, but I feel like droid fighters are still easier to hit than these guys because of the shape of their hit spheres. Like, they're a little bit longer. Like, see, like, if this was a droid fighter, I could tap it easily. But because it's an A-Wing, I have to keep just kind of guessing how much I need to lead this. And then it ends up getting tight. I'm just gonna... Please. Okay. So the rest of this escort, there it is. They flew off to fight some, like, local NPCs, so I was just able to fly up and disable it, which I'm back to where I was now. I didn't blow it up this time, I just fired one gun at it gingerly. But yeah, these 4-6 went off to fight something else, so that's kind of like a freebie. And now I'm just going to take them out while the ship gets captured. There should be still one more in here, right? Yeah, there it is. I'd rather die than be a servant of the Empire, and they're trying to kill their own dude, but whatever. Here's another wave. This one's 6 instead of chemos, it looks like. Actually, it looks like a mix. Some Dune Lizards, some 6. Got it. Had no chemos yet. Mission successful. Please no more. Can I land? Damn, I failed on like the last leg of the quest. Feels bad, man, but at least we finished it this time. Let's go land and see what's next. All right, we're back with the Grand Inquisitor, who says, so yet again, you have accomplished the task that I placed before you. The Emperor was most pleased with your progress and has issued a reward for you. Here it is. I am honored that the Emperor took notice of his humble servant. The Emperor pays attention to far more than you could possibly imagine. What ominous. Does he know my shoe size? What am I to do next? The freighter you recovered was indeed filled with more of the crystals from Dathomir. That can only mean that they are working with someone who has an operation on the planet's surface with the capability to mine these. They could have access to a lot just to pay for the Koinite. What about the Koinite I captured? He has to be questioned. The Koinite are well known for their strength. I will find it most interesting to test my resolve against his strength. I will win, of course, but perhaps he will hold on long enough to make it interesting. In the end, he will tell me everything he knows. Until then, you may go on leave or continue our duty operations. I am sure I will have need of you later. Ominous. I think I have enough XP to continue, though. Yeah. Next. Must here for your skill upgrade. Yep. TIE guard training. Okay. I hope that your skills serve me well as we begin the next stage of our operation. I brought the Koinite mercenary as I knew I would. Sadly, I was nowhere near as strong as I had hoped. He was nowhere near as strong as I hoped he would be. What a disappointment. There's no strength. There is no strength of will in people anymore. Of course there isn't. If there was, there would be no need for the Emperor or the Empire. We are the rock in the middle of the decay of strength and character. This was all caused by the Old Republic, of course. If they had done their duty long ago, none of this would be necessary. Interesting characterization. What did the Koinite speak of? The Koinite and the smugglers are one and the same. Just before he expired, he also told me all about their friends on the planet's surface. It would seem that they are receiving aid from someone in the prison. Whoever their friend or friends are, they are paying the Koinite with the crystals. I lost him before he could tell me who or why. Not my best work, but we have what we need. Do you have any idea who is helping them? Oh, I have several theories, but I do not like to work on theory. Cold hard fact has always been more to my liking. So now we don't have any way to find out who is helping the Coinite. Didn't I mention that he told me about the satellite receiver that they are using to get instructions from the planet? No, that's very specific. I could have sworn that I told you that. No matter. This guy's kind of airheady for Grand Inquisitor. You are to travel to that satellite and tap into their communications. It should be fairly easy, except the Koinite have the satellite under constant surveillance, so you will have to guard against them while running your tap. Oh god, it's the wave defense. But then again, that is what you were here for. Yes, sir. You have your orders. Dismiss, pilot. Okay, here we go. All right, we're here to intercept the message. Stand by for the next transmission to take place. Stay in this location until the transmission is completed. Got it. All right, I'm defending. I'm like, what am I waiting on? So that was 3 tier 3 6. I'm gonna guess maybe the next wave might be some Dune Lizards. And we have 4 just straight up Dune Lizards? No, it's a couple 6 with a Dune Lizard. I have to get close to the point. I wasn't too far out, but I'm always wary with these missions because of the Nova Orion quests. The Nova Orion space station quest scarred me for my piloting life. I failed multiple times because I strayed too far from a defend point, and I didn't realize it. Because it's supposed to warn you, but it doesn't consistently warn you. Damn, that's a lot of ships. These waves are getting pretty big. 3 ships? That's it? You threw a wall of ship at me, and now you're just like, nah, it's 3 tier 4s. Weird. Weird pacing. Because I think this is the last wave. We're already at over 90%. Nice work, pilot. Stand by for delivery information. Okay. We need that data brought to one of our command vessels so we can decipher the message. Stand by for the navigation coordinates. Okay. Meet the command vessel in this location. Dock with it. Once it arrives, transfer the data. Am I going to get ambushed on the way there? Give me that kind of vibe. Speaking of undercooked, here's a ambush like I predicted. All right, so we have to stand by. I have this inkling suspicion that as soon as I go to dock with this ship, I'm gonna get jumped. But I'm not gonna sit here and wait to find out. So, yep, I did that immediately. I did that immediately too. If I just waited a second, I could have like not done that. But here we go. If it's 2 chemos again, gonna be scary. Oh, yep, that's a lot of shield damage. That's a lot of damage. Request for bomber strike package denied. You can't call it a strike package right now? Okay, well, the mission just ended anyway, so I was worried for nothing. Destroy mothership and destroy the escort. High Command located the Koinite command vessel in the sector. Prepare to assault and destroy the command vessel. That's what I'm doing. The fact that it's called the mothership is hilarious. That's so, like, cliched sci-fi. Damn, this waypoint still hasn't popped up, and I was able to kill that whole wave. Oh, there it is. Throw that ship at all the escorts before it's able to make the jump. Okay. Okay, well, it's not too far. That's quite the escort. There it is. It's a YE4. Looks like they're all turning around to attack something. I gotta be careful on this gunship. This is gonna be a little scary. It's not comped. I thought I comped it. I did call in a bomber strike to hopefully distract some of these ships, so they all turned on me. So they all turn around to attack me because I hit the convoy leader. That's just what they do. I'm gonna stay away from the YE4 right now. I don't have a lot of shields, so I don't need it tagging me on the way out. I'm gonna keep jousting the escort fighters because they're on me. The bombers that I called in are actually tickling the gunship that's now flying directly at me. Why? You have to do this fast because its jump is not dependent on the location. It's dependent on time, so I can't like mess around too much. I gotta peel off though here. I don't have any front shields, and yeah, see, I knew I was getting within turret range. This last mission's pretty tough. Dude, I'm getting like the worst luck on these damage rolls. I'm just tickling its armor. Okay. Gunship's disabled, but I'm down to armor, so I need to pull off for a second still. Right now I'm below it, so if I can pull off, turn around, joust whatever's following me, I can then get behind them and just at least take out the gunship. And it's only down to one escort fighter at this point. Okay, I had to be kind of careful with that one. But it looks like we got it. And my fighter bomber escort's gonna leave. I don't really think they did that much. I mean, they kind of chased the gunship around a bit, so there's that. But see, there they go. 2 bombers and 4 inquisitors. Or interceptors. I think that was everything. I think we can go back. There they go, bye. Alright, we're back with the Grand Inquisitor who says, the Coinite should no longer be a problem for us in the Dathomir system. Without their flagship, they will have no staging point to continue their activities. You completed your mission to the Emperor's satisfaction. Here's your pay. Thank you, sir. Will there be anything else? I'm good. I'm going to spend every credit of it. Coinite were foolish to attempt to circumvent the will of the Emperor. Yes, you made it quite sure that they were adequately punished. We will be dealing with the officers on Dathomir by telling the others that were not involved that was what was happening. They will deal with the traitorous officers in their own way. What do you mean? Well, the post at the prison is a lifetime assignment. Once you are there, you do not leave. Naturally, every officer stationed at that planet wants to leave. Think about it. If one group forms a plan to escape and doesn't let the other group in on it, they would be rather upset. I could see that. I am sort of curious about what they will actually do, though. Call it professional curiosity. Maybe one of them will put in a report. As for you, you are free to do as you wish for now. Perhaps continue with other duties in the Dathomir system. There are still a few Coinite that may continue to cause minor problems that we need to be cleaned. I should have enough XP. Sure do. Time for a skill upgrade. You are nearly finished with your training. It has been a long journey for you, but you are nearing the end. I do have an extra pilot. I do have need of extra pilot, though, and since you are already here, you will do nicely. I am ready to test out my new ability. We will start you off with something slow. I need a prison drop shuttle escort to the prison on Dathomir. We have been holding off shipping those prisoners while we dealt with the Coinite issue, and it is time that they were sent home. As you command, High Inquisitor. The Emperor's blessing will be with you, Vum. Okay, back to Dathomir. Back in the Dathomir system again. The prison transport will arrive at this application, meet the ship there, and escort it through the sector. Will do. Alright, we're coming up on the prison ship waypoint, which here we are. I have a ship full of enemies of the state that need to be dropped to the prison. Should be a smooth ride. I think you jinxed it, my dude. At least it's a decimator, which does have 2 guns on it, so it could defend itself. I do think the decimator is probably the coolest looking 2-turret vessel. Interior's pretty neat. And then it's a nice aggressive look. YT's still dope. The Decimator is just very striking in its design. The Nova Couriers, I'll go. Did we ever see Decimators outside of SWG? There might be some in some of the novelizations, like mention of them. Oh, First Wave. I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe show up in like the tabletop minifigure game, because there's a lot of vehicles that show up in that. And some of that they pull from like older canon for ideas. Others they, you know, develop new stuff. You know, what's so wild to me is that we've seen the V-35 land speeder outside of Star Wars Galaxies. It was in the movie Solo. It was like there for like 3 or 4 seconds in an establishing shot of Corellia when they were landing on it. I remember being in the theaters with Kaz, and I did the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. I was like, oh! The last thing I thought would be like one of the chunkiest land speeders from Star Wars Galaxies appearing in a Star Wars film. These guys aren't even part of the mission, but they're like, here I come. Oh, well, we already got the pilot there, so cool. We only had to deal with 1 ambush and 1 wild spawn. It appears that the Koi Knight were not defeated as we had hoped. This appears to have been a decoy attack for the real plan to get a ship off planet surface. Stand by for more information. Okay, I gotta disable the prison break shuttle. The nav coordinates have been updated. We want that ship in one piece. Capture it. Don't blow it up. Okay. It looks like a 1300. Yeah, that's something I can maybe pull up on accident. I don't want to disable its guns because I want it to be able to defend itself, so I guess I'll try and go hot and fast on disabling it. Okay, escort's turning around. Okay, let's get away from the ship. And then we'll deal with the escort while that gets captured. If you're not going to let us go, just kill us. Anything is better than going back to that cursed planet. Too bad, sending you back to Dathomir. Spiders for you. Dune Lizard's the ugliest ship you could think of? Take that back. The Dune Lizard Style 1 is sick, where it gets like the 2 tippy points on the back of it. Like the fin tips. That one's sick. The Style 2 or whatever, where it looks like a big chunky potato, yeah, it's not great. Also crazy you'd say that that's uglier than the B-Wing. Hemo is such a freaking chunker. So big and chunky. Like someone had stuck a log through a massive, like, potato. And they're like, fly! Stats-wise, I think the Chemo is the better ship, but appearance-wise, I like the Rix better. The bomber, like this really silver long one. It's like the Rix Rearcs or whatever. That's a ship. That's a cool chassis. Ixion's not bad. A little on the chunky side, though. Harax is really cool. The Interceptor class, aka the slimmer Vaxi. Whoa. Damn, this YT's bumming me out, man. It's like, I'd rather die than go back and blow us up, please. Oh, I guess we already got the ship there. Well, that wasn't a very long escort. Short escorts in this mission chain, which, you know, I'm down with. That's when Dune Lizard's getting bullied by these random imps. Okay, so let's see. We are tracking the vessel's departure point. That ship is not to leave the sector straight as soon as possible, which that was after saying they are Imperial officers. They are Imperial officers trying to get off the planet. Their computers indicate that others are trying to leave as well. Stand by. So we just got to go blow up the shuttle and the escort. If it's not a Lambda, I'm going to be like, what? Vessel attempting to leave Dathomir has arrived in orbit. Destroy that ship and every ship with it. Okay. Let's see what ship it is. Looks like a YT. It's another YT. How do I want to handle this one? Not as scary as a gunship, but obviously it could still hurt. I guess I'll just jump it. I think I can mow it down fast enough to where it's not going to be an issue. Yeah, I chickened out. We'll just call a bomber strike in, because why not? What? Support teams now exiting the area. I call them in while targeting the YT. Kill the YT, and they're like, okay, bye. There's other guys here, though. You cowards. Alert, another vessel attempted to try and escape. Man, I got another prison break ship. You guys are really bad. Like, for prison, Not very good at keeping people in. I get these are like Imperial officers and they're all making a break, but you knew that like they were going to do that, right? Or like you're gonna let them handle themselves, but it seems like we should have been a bit more proactive on the Inquisitor's side. Okay. It's another YT. Yeah, that time I used a tube. Got rid of it immediately. Now we can just focus on the fighter escort here. Alright, that's it. Excellent, pilot. You've done well. Those who try to violate the will of the Emperor have met their just fate. Alert, enemy engaged by TIE 701st Wing. Enemy strength underestimated, and the wing is in trouble. Request immediate assistance. We've located the squadron. Travel immediately to their location and assist them. With the destruction of the enemy. Keep the 701st alive. They are essential to the protection of the Dathomir sector. Okay. I don't really like these missions where it's like travel to location and help one faction with the other, because usually it just ends up you end up just fighting the whole enemy while the other faction's floating around not doing anything, or worse, you end up shooting the faction you're just trying to protect on accident and they all get pissy at you. So it's not great. I'm just gonna chalk it up to Galaxies AI being wonky and bad, because ground missions, this happens all the time too, where it's like if you have a friendly faction nearby and you have like a defend a thing and they don't always really help you in combat. If anything, they usually just stand there and not do anything. Okay, whoa, that was the bigger ship that I didn't expect that. I'm gonna use a tube on this thing. I got a lot more dudes on me than I expected. It's probably because I shot the big ship, but I was worried about those guns. It has one weapon left, and it's at 6%. Okay. That thing literally can't hurt them now, so that's good. And it still seems like the entire escort's on my tail. Okay, I wanted to kill that thing so those guys would help me. Ideally. They're probably not. All these guys are still going to stay on me, but whatever. Alright, that was the last one. It said enemy fires have been eliminated. Scans indicate last few remaining Koinite vessels fleeing the system. Did we do it? We done? Okay, seems like it. Let's go back to the Grand Inquisitor. All right, we're back with the Grand Inquisitor, who says, "You have performed wonderfully with an alarming situation. It would seem that I had underestimated the resolve of the Koinite to finish a job that they were paid to do. I am most impressed with them. Based off of the single one I had dealings with, I wouldn't have thought they had it in them. I think they're finished now, sir. I told you that, and you wouldn't listen. I am the best. They should have left well enough alone. Yes, I agree with you. But some people simply don't know when to quit. Here, this is for you. I look forward to our next chat. Good day, Pilot Mum. I've been waiting for you, pilot. It's about time you got here. I didn't even leave, dude. There's no time to waste. I've prepped a briefing for you. Are you ready? Of course. Very well. The situation report is as follows. Smugglers continue to infiltrate the system. Diplomacy's no use with them. They only understand the business end of space blasters, so you could clear them out. Or you could escort prison ships to Dathomir. The guards are always eager to see a new face. I see. Wait, do I have to get XP? No, I'm on the last one. What? I think I could just leave. Yeah, talking to him again. It's because I never had the duty mission conversation with him in the first place, so I think it was flagged weird. Anyways. Very interesting order came across my desk just a few moments ago. What is your relationship with Grand Admiral Nial Declann? Well, I've talked to him twice already, so... Oh, me and the Admiral go way back. I do not find your pathetic attempt at humor amusing. I literally met him twice already, though. You're speaking about a Grand Admiral of the Imperial Navy and someone who has the ear of the Emperor. Even I would not be foolish enough to make light of such a man. Sorry, Inquisitor, it won't happen again. See that it doesn't, or you may find yourself back here answering a few more questions. Wow. I have orders here that you are to be transferred to the Grand Admiral in the Thebe Palace. I find it most interesting that you were asked for by name. Doesn't it seem strange to you that a Grand Admiral would even know your name? Yes, that does seem strange. Report to Grand Admiral Declann immediately. Just remember where your allegiance lies, pilot, because if it ever falters, not even a Grand Admiral can protect you from me. You were dismissed. Damn. Okay, off to feed. All right, we're back with the Grand Admiral for a third and final time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably try and pick the dialogue options I haven't before, which are like the sassy ones, because I've been pretty abiding the last 2 times. Grand Admiral wishes to see you. You're probably wondering why the Grand Admiral wishes to see you. Thought has crossed my mind. Were you given the permission to speak so freely? But if the discipline in the ranks of the Imperial Navy has broken down so badly, I can make sure that it is restored. If it wasn't for your exceptional service record, I might consider having you shipped off to some backwater world for the rest of your career. Sorry, sir. Don't mean to speak out of turn. That's better. Now, getting back to the matter at hand, after looking over your service record, I cannot help but be impressed. Your record is almost as decorated as mine was at your age. I think that you have the fine makings of a fine Imperial officer. That would be my hope, sir. Well, if you perform the assignment that I have for you with any sort of competence, you should go a long way in making that dream come true. I am the very best pilot, sir. It remains to be seen if you are worthy of your glowing service record. What do you mean if I'm worthy? I fucking did that. Whatever. Clearly the Empire is not a meritocracy. I am not one of those men who believe everything that they read. My judgment on your prowess is far more keen than any of the commanders that you flew for in the past. I can assure you that. I don't know, dude. I think the Grand Inquisitor is pretty stern, but sure. Yes, sir. I trust you learned about the Kessel system in your naval flight training, so there shouldn't be any need to go. Yes, I know all of Kessel, sir. Then you are well aware of Kessel's strategic value. With Kessel under our control, the Empire will quickly bring to order the Outer Rim and maintain dominance throughout the region. I think you are overestimating the value of the Kessel system. I remind you that I am a Grand Admiral. I did not gain my rank by overestimating anything. Control of the Kessel system is vital to the Empire's campaign in the Outer Rim. Without it, we could be looking at several years of chaos among the outer systems. I just think that we would be looking at the struggle even with Kessel. You are here because you are a good pilot, not because I care about your opinion. Never forget that. Yes, sir. The Rebellion apparently has the same idea as we do about the Kessel system. They have already moved part of their 4th battle group into the system. Before we are able to take control of that system, that battle group will have to be eliminated. What are my orders, sir? My plan involves 2 steps. The first stage is to reduce the number of support fighters that the rebels have in the area. I believe that if we can drop those numbers far down enough, it'll be impossible for the rebels to adequately defend against the second strike. Unfortunately, due to the interference from the Maw, long-range scans are virtually useless in Kessel. You're going to have to hunt down the rebel vessels. What is the second strike? I'll explain that to you when time comes. The first thing that you need to worry about is reducing the fighters and gunboats in the Kessel system. If you can bring down enough of those, my plan cannot fail, and the Empire will be on the verge of victory in the Kessel system. I will do my best. Get the rebel fighters, sir. Place my trust in you. Do not fail me. Okay, so for those of you who've been watching on YouTube, you've obviously seen me do this twice already. For the sake of all of our patience, I'm just going to go do the mission, and then I'll do the dialogue that happens afterwards, and then I'll do the Corvette and then do the dialogue again. So if you want to see me do Hunt the Fighters and Corvette and you want tips on that, go watch my Storm Squadron video or my Imperial Inquisition or Black Epsilon video. For the Inquisition one, let's trim the fat. Okay, BRB. All right. I got my 30 rebel kills, back with the Grand Admiral sets. So you managed to dilute the rebel influence on the Kessel system. That is good. It is good to see that you were able to follow simple orders and allow my genius plan to do its work. Yes, sir, your plan worked to perfection. Sir, I beg to differ, but I had to improvise quite a bit out there to succeed. What, are you questioning the plan that I gave to you? Improvisation should be left to actors, not Imperial pilots. A good Imperial pilot obeys orders without question and follows them explicitly. It's a wonder that you even succeeded. You are absolutely correct, sir. I have decided that you deserve a small token of my appreciation reward for your successful flight. I'm going to have some credits transferred to your account so you can take a little rest and relaxation. A rested pilot is a better pilot for the Empire. The Grand Admiral is too kind. Yes, I know. One of my character flaws is that I am too kind-hearted to the men who serve under me. Regardless, enjoy your extra pay and take some time off. We will have to initiate the second part of my plan before long in order to take advantage of the situation in Kessel. Second part of your plan? I'm gonna take it. I'm back. Trust you're well rested? Yep, ready to serve. Today we're gonna launch the definitive strike at the Rebellion battle group. What's my target? It's a Corvette, a curling Corvette. Wouldn't it be better to send a Star Destroyer after it? Sir, I will try my best, but isn't it unwise for fighters to get against a capital ship? It's hardly uncommon for fighters to take down capital ships the size of a Corvette. Granted, they usually have the support of their Star Destroyers, but in this case, I have full confidence in your abilities. Any support? It's called delegation of responsibility. Okay, I'll do it myself. Off to go get the Corvette. All right, we're back with the Grand Admiral. We defeated a Corvette again. Make a report. Yep. Excellent. My plan worked to perfection. I cannot wait to see the smug expression on Grant's face drop when he hears of my success. Should I open or close in my with the success of my report to that firm? Oh, are you still here? I was hoping for a reward of sorts, sir. I'm willing to overlook your impertinence for your success in this difficult endeavor, but make no mistake, I will not overlook any lack of respect towards me, regardless of any deed that you might have performed for me in the past. Sorry, sir, I didn't mean to speak out of turn. Very well, pilot. You're correct in the assumption that you will be rewarded for your small part in making a success of my plan. Okay. There we go. Imperial Inquisition Ace Pilot. And I gotta add my Ace of Aces. You honor me too much, sir. Thanks for the stuff. And I'm dismissed. There it is. We got our ace of we got our third ace pilot. Now I have all of the ace badges for Imperial. So I think the next one in logical order will be Royal Security Forces because they ally with Imperial. But then after that, it's on to the Rebel pilots since I already did Corsac originally. So yeah, probably do Smuggler's Alliance and then we'll just move on to Rebel flying. Which the only Rebel trainer I've ever done is Havoc. I've never done Crimson or Vortex. So that's something to look forward to. But that's all of the Inquisition. Let me know which is your favorite. Black Epsilon, Storm Squadron, Inquisition. I'm not quite sure what mine is yet. They're all pretty good.